Happy Thursday. Right here on the Chad Benson Show, powered by NCA, National Certified Alarms, no long-term contracts, license number 645. Oh, my Lord. It's warm outside. Tell you that right now. Very warm outside. Not used to, let's pick a path, all right? That's all I'm asking, weather. Pick a path. You're either going to be really hot or you're going to be cool. I don't need back and forth. It's making my heart hurt. It is. I'm looking at the Israel killed a top Navy. I didn't even know they had any Navy people left. I thought all the Navy folks are dead. Didn't we sink every ship they had? 92% of the ships are at the bottom of the ocean. Fantastic. We're going to talk a bit about that today. Maduro's in court. That's got to be an interesting thing. Think where he was 2 months ago, living in his palace, just hanging out. Then all of a sudden, snatched, gone. Sold out by his pal. That's politics in the modern world nowadays. That is. Plus, we're going to talk a lot about I've got so much weird stuff that's out there, including the battle of Ruth Chris versus Chili's and the dress code. Because Ruth Chris is putting in a dress code. Again.
Like you got to have a jacket to get in?
Not so much a jacket, but, flip-flops and a T-shirt aren't going to do it anymore. You're going to spend $100 a plate. They want you to at least look somewhat respectable. It used to be a jacket back in the day.
I can't ever remember going into Ruth's Chris trying to wear something like that.
No, I've,
I do it all day long at Chili's, but...
Yeah.
Not at Ruth's Chris. I mean, at least going to wear a button down and some nice jeans.
Yeah, well, usually if you're going to Ruth Chris, unless you're on vacation, because they've got some in Hawaii and some other places where you're on vacation. They're probably not going to say anything if you had a Hawaiian shirt on or some shorts, but I could see why. And everybody's freaking out about it, and Chili's is loving it because they're like, "Hey, come over here!" Right? Like, woo, this is great.
We got steaks too.
We do. We have steaks too, and they're not $100. Well, not quite $100. Man, I tell you what, you'd be surprised nowadays. Every time we go out to dinner, I am shocked at how much it costs.
It's like a piece of beef is like a chunk of gold.
Oh, it is, and we're talk about that. But I was listening to Ken and the whole thing with now what they're trying to do at NES because they finally got themselves. Think about that for a second. They finally have a PIO, a public information officer.
Things are going to be better now.
They are. And how much money did they spend? So they got this big giant system, and they spent how much? $10,000?
It was $500 million for the outage system that didn't work, and they were, not boasting but touting that they were going to spend $250,000 on this texting system, but it turns out that they had only spent about $10,000.
Wow, that's
And it didn't work.
Why, they couldn't find a cousin that had a new texting company that opened up?
I think we need to stop them from doing any updates until they fire Teresa Burrows-Applin.
What do you think the new PIO is getting? Probably 100 G's at least.
150.
Yeah. Did you see
he or she better be because, whoo.
Yeah, you're going to be the busiest person here. I don't know if you're aware of this. We are not good at this.
And they will throw you under the bus at the first sign of a mistake.
This guy over here, he just looked at everybody and said, I went to college with you guys.
I went to college with all of these guys.
Did you see the optimism, the Vanderbilt poll?
Yeah.
That was so funny. It's the optimism. It went from being really great, then the storms come in, and then it went just how you guys doing? So Music City mood has, they said, changed after the devastating ice storms, nearly half without power at its peak. The approval for city leaders sank in the following weeks. Not a shocker. Not a shocker. You know what's interesting?
They'll all get elected again.
Absolutely. Freddie, before the nightmare, he had a 63% approval, but it dropped down to 54% after it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and apparently the poll does show, nobody blames Mayor O'Connell for the response to the storm.
No.
But it's just kind of the overall.
Absolutely. The overall, you failed.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about, okay, so property taxes that have gone up, pushing businesses out. Then we had the ice storm. And then the terrible response to that, people going 2 weeks without power in freezing cold temperatures. Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, I would be. I mean, everybody has a right to be frustrated. And I always go back to the, look, when's the last time you saw somebody sitting in the 90s when it comes to being elected? You don't get that stuff.
Dude, when? Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't
now.
happen. No, God. If you're in the 9, you're like, whoa, dude, you got 9? What are you doing with that? How you getting that thing?
I better retire right now.
If you're a member of Congress with double digits, it's like, ooh, I'm rocking.
Oh, yeah. What was it the other day? The Bernie Sanders is like the most popular. He's like 68%. And you're like, why? Because he's a funny, cantankerous old man.
Yeah.
Right? He's one of the guys that's in the Muppet Show that's up there yelling at everybody. Hey, look it over there, Waldorf, whatever his name is.
That's totally true.
To this day, the funniest thing ever is when he went to Trump's first inauguration, and he sat out there with his hands like that, and it's all frozen. And he's got his little mittens on or whatever. Was that Biden's? That was hilarious.
That was a great meme a long time.
That was a great, great meme. That was spectacular. But yeah, when I was looking at this, by the way, NES's approval rating is 39%.
I can't believe it's 39%.
That's better in Congress.
Right? Now, let's see here. The 39%. I'm like, who did they ask people outside of Nashville? Is that who they asked? Did they ask people that work there?
I don't know, man.
Metro Council had a 50% disapproval. So
they'll reelect him.
They'll reelect him. Yeah, they will. They'll reelect him. But when you look at this, it shows you just what one incident, like a real incident, can do. How fast that everything can change on a dime.
Just like that.
Just like that, because they were all sitting okay, and some of them were sitting pretty well. And the minute this happened, it was because at the end of the day, we want somebody to blame, and we want to make sure that somebody takes some responsibility. Unfortunately, in politics, we can blame people. Very little do they, very, very few times you're going to see them take responsibility. But it changed overnight. Overnight. So he had a 13-point drop, Freddie O'Connell. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. That's it. So, guys, I've come up with something. Chris and I were talking. You said Operation Furry, and I said, oh, you know what would be funny is if somebody told them it was Operation Furries. And we just dropped a whole bunch of people dressed as furries who are like foxes hopping around. Well, the Iranians are going, what the hell's going on over here?
Did I really say furry and not fury?
That's what you said. I was laughing. I'm like,
furry.
I'm like, dude, could you imagine the furries? Like, what's going on? I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but there's 2 foxes and an elephant in front of me. I got to stay off the hookah.
The Meredithoochie's getting to me.
That's right. That'd be funny, too. Drop a whole bunch of weed.
Just drop a bunch of weed on them out there.
That would be so hilarious. How'd you guys take over? We got him high. We just walked in.
Peace, man.
Brought him some Taco Bell, and they said, man, you guys can have whatever you want.
Did you ever see the episode of CSI where it was about investigating the death of somebody that was at a furry convention?
Oh, no. Are you serious?
That entire subculture is... all I can say is it's weird.
Yes. That's being kind.
That's being very kind.
I remember, I wonder if I saved this. If I did, I got to send it to you boys. But there was, it was a traffic stop, man, and it was a driver and a passenger, and they claimed they were cats. And they were, protesting the ticket, they were cats, and the cop or the highway patrolman says, well, ma'am, cats aren't allowed to drive here.
So get out of the car and we're having it
so
sewed.
he played into it.
He just played right into it.
Yeah. Meow
and
can't do
have
that.
An answer for that.
Meow can't do that. What was that movie, Super Troopers, where they bet each other when they pulled somebody over how many times they could say meow? What are you talking about, meow? And the guy's like, are you saying meow? He goes, no, meow. Operation Furries. Let's do it.
My daughter, where she bartended for a while down in Murfreesboro, a big old group of them came in from time to time. And she said they were really, they're all very nice people.
Yeah.
And they tipped well. They just believe they're, they just like pretending they're,
Look,
they're animals.
if you want to go and pretend you're a fox, knock yourself out as long as you're not hurting anybody.
As long as you're not hurting anybody.
It's no different than me going, oh, wow, look at that guy over there dressed in, I don't know, as you think you're Gandalf the Great and you're playing in the park with fake rubber, swords. Those guys are great.
They are, man.
I'm like, you guys want to see a gaggle of virgins? Right there.
Is that what a group of them is called, a gaggle?
It probably should be a gaggle, a smorgasbord of virgins. Look at all those wergins right there. Those, sir, I wouldn't even know where to get a cape.
People can be awesome, man.
They are.
People can be awesome.
And you know what? People lose their minds over certain stuff like that. I remember Jack and I, we used to go to this park out in Temecula, California. He was little, and we'd go eat at this place. We used to go see a movie, and we'd play around and hang out at this park. And one day there was a bunch of 16 to 18-year-olds, and they've got their little ears on and tails, and they're goofing around and joking, and they're very nice and stuff. And I tell Jack, he goes, Dad, what are they? I said, they're insane, but they're nice. So that's nice. They're a little wacky.
They're the good type of insane.
Yeah, you can be a nut as long as you make me laugh.
Yeah, and it was so funny too because there was a whole bunch of ducks, and I swear they were looking at him going, "What the hell's going on here? What are these people doing?"
They're going to eat us.
I know, but and again, like you said, people could be awesome. They can be. You can be weird, and if you really believe you're a fox, you're not a fox.
No, you're not.
You're not. All right. No different than a woman having a penis.
Well, ma'am, cats aren't allowed to drive here.
I would have said, you know what? Show me in the law where it says cats cannot drive.
Exactly.
And they would have been like, well, there really isn't
Well,
I can't show you exactly. So I'm going to get the meow out of here.
so then the trooper just says, well, just remember to stay buckled up and have a nice day.
Or I'll agree with your point, and you're still getting this ticket.
Yeah.
Because if you pulled that off and you're like, I got out of it because I dressed as a Fury, I'd have been like, oh, that's pretty damn cool. You know what? Maybe I got to try that. If you were going to be, there's always, I was thinking the other day, I was watching that movie and I'm trying to think, it was Christina Applegate and a few other people in it, but this guy was a mascot and his girlfriend was super attracted to him being a mascot. And it was hilarious.
So she was more attracted to the suit than she was him.
Yeah, she was more attracted. She thought it was kind of weird and creepy and kinky at the same time. You know what? There's something for everybody.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Right now, there's somebody watching, some big fat woman sit on a balloon. or wrestle a little guy. Oh, Chad, that's wrong, but it's so right. People are crazier than anybody I know. Yes, they are.
I mean, look at the money OnlyFans is making people for doing weird things.
I know.
We go back to the feet.
That's it. I tried. My feet are beautiful, too. I take care of my feet like you guys could not believe. Stunning.
Hey, they were Meg's Saving Grace.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. On
Remember when she was the foot model?
This is a foot model. If somebody could, I'll send you a feet pic. If you're willing to pay me $10 to take a snapshot of my feet, yeah.
I'm not doing it for
All
less
day.
than 20.
All day. Oh, my Lord. Ken, the cop should have threatened that lady to take her to animal control.
Yeah, should have called animal control, exactly.
That would be awesome. Oh, my goodness me. What a day. All right, so much stuff to talk about today. Fun stuff, crazy stuff, TSA. Trump got an award yesterday. I know, shocker. This is the stuff where you go, really? Really?
Well, it came from Mike Johnson.
It did. Honest to God, it's one of those things where you're like, this is not. I had to triple check because I'm like, it's got to be AI.
Is it? Has it ever been awarded before, or is it a brand new award?
Brand new award. Brand new award. And, remember all those ships we blew up in the Caribbean with all the, drugs on them?
Yeah.
Come to find out there's a group of fish that like some of the cocaine.
Oh, I saw a headline about that.
So you have to use cocaine as bait?
Cocaine sharks are back, people.
That's going to cut into our tuna business.
It is. That is totally.
What tuna business? You won't get the boat.
We're getting the boat, man. I got it sorted out. Don't even worry. Somebody sent me something last night. It's like, hey, tell Ken to get it was on TikTok. So Ken should go get a boat so you guys can go out and get your tuna going. I'm like, we're going to soon.
We just got to find a hitch that'll fit on my Elantra.
Yes. It is absolutely. We've got one of those. We got one. Don't worry. I know you're going to do wheelies. We're going to get you some big front tires, though, so that it doesn't go up too high. Oh, my Lord. All that and so much more. Straight ahead, Chad Betches. Super Talk 997. Omaha Steaks is incredible right now. 50% off side for Omaha Steaks. Now, let me tell you about Omaha Steaks. Delivered right to you. They've got comfort food, like shepherd's pie and stuff. Imagine, what's the one thing that we always joke about? You don't learn as a kid, you learn as an adult? What are you going to do for dinner? They're going to take all that worry away. You're going to be able to go home and enjoy the comfort food that you would love. They got meatloaf. They got everything. 50% off site-wide. I pretty much eat Omaha Steaks every single day. And with the cost of meat rising, all this stuff, you're saving huge amounts and an extra $35 off at checkout. And it's 100% unconditional money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Go to omahasteaks.com, use my code Benson, save an extra $35 off at checkout, and take advantage of the best meat from fillets to desserts to seafood and everything in between. omahasteaks.com, code Benson, see site for detailed terms may apply.
President Trump in a cabinet meeting at the White House insists the Iranians want to work with the U.S. And we've got some scam artists pretending to be utility workers running around Middle Tennessee. We'll give you a warning about that coming up at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
They could pretend to be NES workers. People are like, oh, my God, they're here.
That's how you'd know they wouldn't be.
Yeah, that's how you know they wouldn't be. Absolutely. Correct in that. Last night, I'm pretty happy. I mean, he's earned it. Donald Trump got an award.
And so tonight, we have created a new award. We're going to do something we've never done before. We're going to honor him with a new award that we'll present annually from this point forward. But he is the suitable and fitting recipient of the first ever America First Award. We can think of no better title for what that is. That's this beautiful golden statue here, appropriate for the new golden era in America.
What? Did you guys just make up an award? Did you just make up an award for him? I feel like you did.
How much do you think this lowers the debt?
Oh, that's big time. That debt is coming off.
Man, they're working it.
They just gave an award. It's a participation trophy. You remember when FIFA gave him the World Peace Award? They gave him an award for being, instead of because he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize. So FIFA, the soccer thing, gave him a prize for peace.
That would have been hilarious if he had won the Peace Prize and then he went into Iran right after. That'd be like Obama winning it and then dropping more bombs than Bush did.
Yeah, that's guys, I can't believe I won this award I made up. I didn't. This is my shock face. I am so, wow. When did you guys come up with this? You planned it, sir. Hey, you know what's interesting, though? Did you see Bill Maher is going to get the Mark Twain Award from the Kennedy Center?
I saw that headline, too.
I thought, well, because...
Not unsurprising.
No, that's... when you consider the fact that still he, wasn't 2 weeks ago he talked about what a weak person he is. That's such a Trump thing. He's the worst. He's weak. He sucks. Here's your award.
He's not very bright.
I know. Do you like awards? I have a lot of... We know you have a lot of awards, sir.
Do you think the Kennedy Center is kind of biased politically?
Yeah, I think a little bit now.
Especially now that it has Trump's name on it.
Yeah. Is it the Kennedy Trump Center or the Trump Kennedy Center?
Hey, come on. Trump Kennedy Center.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I figured as much. I didn't know what it was. And then they fired the guy that was running it. For whatever reason, because they said he wasn't, because he was a big proponent of that stuff. And then they said, we're going to shut it down and fix it all up. Needs a lick of paint. I'm like, okay. But did you give him an award? Got to have an award. That award was pretty awesome.
What was the statue? What did it look like?
It was like a pewter eagle, so it was big. He likes it. It's going to be sitting right behind him. He's like a kid. You guys want to go see the icebox and all the pictures I've drawn?
Yeah, all the family photos on the desk behind him will be gone, and there'll be that big eagle.
Just a giant eagle. Yeah, that's me right there. I love it. I can't believe I won that award. The first annual Give It to Trump award. There's only going to be 2 more of these. I bet you I win both of them. It's like when they talk about him at golf, and every year he's the club champion. Every year. That's pretty funny, though.
Hey, he's sort of like Kim Jong-il, 9 holes in 1.
Yeah. He owns the club, so I can't believe the last guy who won it, well, he doesn't play here anymore. So America First, Sally said, America First Award, shoot me now. All awards are made up. This one just happens to feel even more self-serving. Yeah, well, yes, all awards are awards for something, but usually you give it out to other people. You don't create the award for yourself. And that feels kind of like what he did. Just a smidge of that right there. All right, coming on up, kids. Are we going in to, I don't know, we're going to go into the island, Carg Island? Is it going to happen? We'll talk about that. On TSA, I'm just looking at Houston, and that is a 4 to 5 hour wait. Man, that is a horrible time for this to happen. And like I said, I have held back on my making fun of the TSA because I feel there needs to be a moratorium because they're not getting paid.
Isn't this just great government efficiency in action? You can feel the concern from all the senators and congressmen that are just arguing over whether or not we should fund ICE.
Well, they're struggling. They're struggling with it, Bell, because they're rich and TSA isn't.
Yeah. Well, of course. We are better than them. We control their paychecks.
And Hakeem Jeffries, he flies private.
Does he?
Oh, sure. Pelosi was. Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, Pelosi's got more money. That's why.
I don't know. He's been He's been leader of the House for, what, 2 years now?
Yeah, he should have some good
so
money.
He's on the
It's
insider.
almost like if you come out broke, you failed.
Yeah, you did not play the game correctly.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you go into Congress and you leave and you're like, you go in and your net worth was like $350,000 or $500,000 and you leave and it's maybe $800,000 or $1 million with a small pension, you aren't very good at this. You're not very good at robbing the public, is what I'm trying to say.
What's it going to be like if they all go home for their 2-week Easter recess without fixing this?
Chaos, anger, anger.
Their public rating will fall even farther, and then 90% of them get reelected.
Yeah, exactly, because they've rigged it for themselves. But if you're right, what's it going to look like? Well, I think a lot of that depends on whether or not we go into Carg Island, because that will knock them off the front of the papers.
It won't be top story anymore.
It will not be. We'll talk about that, among other things, straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast and traffic coming up in 5 minutes. Operation Epic Fury. President Trump in a cabinet meeting at the White House this morning insists the Iranians want to work with the U.S.
They are begging to make a deal, not me. They're begging to make a deal. And anybody that saw what was happening over there would understand why they want to make a deal.
Steve Witkoff, one of the White House negotiators, says Iran received a 15-point plan the U.S. sent to them through a mediator in Pakistan.
We have strong signs that this is a possibility, and if a deal happens, it will be great for the country of Iran, for the entire region, and the world at large.
Unclear how Iran's going to respond to that. A new Vanderbilt poll suggests the January ice storm may have carried serious political consequences for Nashville leaders. 56% of respondents say the city's on the wrong track, a dramatic swing from last year following widespread outages and slow recovery. Nashville Electric Service received the strongest disapproval, while the mayor and Metro Council also saw noticeable declines. Why it matters? Public frustration over storm response is translating into broader distrust of local leadership. Elsewhere in Middle Tennessee, Channel 4's Holly Thompson tells us.
We do have a scam alert for you this morning. We know impersonators are going door to door in Manchester. They're claiming to be with the water department to try and get your money. We know the water department is reminding customers they do not go door to door to collect payment. Now, official employees will always be in uniform or shirts with the department logo. Their vehicles have the water department's logo as well. Now, if someone comes to your door pretending to be with the water department, well, police say, hey, get a good look at them, at the car they're in, and then report it. You are asked to call the Coffee County Communications non-emergency line.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Or even record-breaking heat is expected today as our temperatures climb to the upper 80s. It will be sunny and breezy at times, low temperatures only falling down to the 60s overnight. That changes tomorrow as a cold front moves in. It will bring in not only cooler air, but also some rain showers Friday afternoon.
The Wellness Institute of Nashville. Check out painisbad.com. Write this down, 615-246-5009. Spinal decompression. It's the best thing that you're ever going to find to get yourself and your back back. Whether you get back and neck pain, sciatic, slipped and bulging spinal disc, herniated disc, they're there for you. Dr. Mitchell is my doctor. He should be yours as well. And check this out. Bring your MRI, right? Go in there. You're going to get a full examination, get x-rays, but bring everything you have. You're going to save 47% right off the bat, all right, for non-surgical decompression. And one of the things that he has now is this hydrowave machine that is so awesome, innovative. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, tomorrow we're going to be out and about. Old and Matt and I are going to be out and about enjoying ourselves because it's Bracket Madness. Matt Murphy, we like him. Myself, I'm all right. Bracket Madness at Scoreboard Opry on Friday. That's tomorrow. We're going to be live from noon to 6. So coming out, hang out with us, enjoy great food, Budweiser specials, and while you're there, sign up to win prizes. I have no idea what the prizes are. No idea. It is going to be a surprise for everybody. We're going to be broadcasting live. Check out the games, enjoy yourself, get some good food, good eats, and good conversation. If you want to know more about what's going on, go to 997WTM.com/events. Yeah, you know, Ken was right about, like, what do you think's going to happen if these guys go on vacation before they fix this problem?
Well, it reminds me of Congress was, they were bickering over benefits, extending benefits, or some sort of benefit to 9/11 first responders.
Mm-hmm.
And they were getting ready to go home for the weekend, but Jon Stewart...
Oh, I remember when he eviscerated
them. And they stayed, and they voted, and they got it done.
As they should. Now, Trump the other night, I found the audio, guys, because remember, you know, got to get everything sorted out because it's important, too, because the SAVE Act and the whole 9 yards. But whatever it is, you got to do it for Jesus.
So I'm tying Homeland Security into voter identification with picture and proof of citizenship in order to vote. And those two items are the most important thing having to do with Homeland Security. So it should be part of the Homeland Security bill. And I'm requesting that the Republican senators do that immediately. You don't have to take a fast vote. Don't worry about Easter going home. In fact, make this one for Jesus, okay? Make this one for Jesus. That's what I tell them. That would be a damn good thing.
Oh, God, that is funny. Come on, it is funny.
He's trumping.
He's trumping. Do it for Jesus, guys. Do it for Jesus. You could do it. I talked to Jesus. You know what he said? People need ID. What if you get to heaven and you're like, do you have your birth certificate? Like, I didn't know we were supposed to bring that. No ID, you're not getting in.
Should have read the SAVE Act.
That's right. Should have read it. We're at, well, it's not, what did Trump call it? It's not war, because he doesn't want to say it's war, but it's kind of war, but it's not war. Which made me laugh. Because it's not war, but it kind of is, but it could be, but it's not, because if it is, it doesn't really. And the funny thing, he goes out there, nobody, because the Republicans are too, they're too boop, 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 like bleepity bleep to have any balls enough to say anything. Like, hey, maybe this, constitutionally, you should ask us if this is cool. But while our young men and women are getting ready to potentially hit the ground in Carg Island, other young men and women are in Florida partying hard.
Spring break 2026. What is the game plan?
Drinking, blackout with my rack out.
If my mom is watching, I'm sorry, Mom, but I've been getting pretty drunk almost every day.
Blackout with my rack out. Yes, that's the youth of America. And you're thinking to yourself, it can't be that bad. I want you to listen to this. This guy's asking questions. Now, these are all, beautiful people. They're all in their late teens, early to mid-20s. There's not an ounce of fat on anybody he's interviewing. The girls are gorgeous. The guys, they look like those manosphere guys. But at sharpness?
What have you heard about Venezuela?
Venezuela? Nothing.
I'm not sure.
I barely know what'll be going on in Tennessee where I'm from.
That they beat us in the World Baseball Classic. Have you heard anything else? No.
Nothing. I have heard nothing about Venezuela.
Honestly, I don't know and I don't care.
Where is Venezuela?
I don't know. I'm drunk. I don't know. Venezuela? Isn't that in Spain?
No.
Venezuela. Isn't that in Spain?
Oh, my gosh. Oh.
Is that not in Spain? It is not in Spain. It is not in Spain. That's a person who goes to a college, a 4-year college, where they got in and they did their SATs, they did the whole thing. They're paying to go to school. They don't even you're not even in the same continent. let alone a country inside of a country from a different continent. Now, what about Iran?
You must be happy.
I'm very happy.
The Ayatollah's dead.
I'm so. What? Who? What? What is that?
Who the is Ayatollah?
I've never heard that word in my life.
Lewis, what's Ayatollah?
I haven't heard. I found out about Chuck Norris yesterday. That was more devastating to me.
He was the supreme leader of Iran. He's dead?
Oh, yeah.
We killed him.
You did? You killed him?
If you were in charge, how would you take on Iran?
Yeah, all my girls and we would all start putting belts on them.
We get a bunch of girls in bikinis, we make them run across the battlefield. All the guys are distracted, we all run in.
Look at him in his eyes, I guess. Flirt with him.
I'd blow him up.
I don't know enough about it, but I would probably wipe it out.
Drop a bomb, baby. Bomb the out of him.
Gives you hope. There's always OnlyFans, ladies. That is, it's a shame. You know, Belle and I were talking. Like, when we were younger, and we probably read a lot more and stuff, and I was fortunate enough to travel the world, so I think I got a different perspective, especially at a young age. And, 10, 11, 12, I'm over in Europe for the summers playing soccer. But I was never that stupid.
We would have had to have tried.
Yeah.
It would have been an effort.
Like, Belle watched some of that Manosphere, some of those Manosphere things. Would you say that they asked one of the girls where Washington, D.C. was?
Yeah, they asked where Washington, D.C. was, and she was like, I don't know. He goes, well, it's not the state of Washington, which should have been a hint. She said, he asked her what country it was in. It's not the state of Washington. She's like, I don't know. You go back to school, and this time you have to pay for it yourself.
God, that's embarrassing. We all had a friend that was not very bright, right? We all did. All of us.
I had plenty.
And if you don't know who that is,
we had one friend that wasn't too bright.
Yeah.
Not an entire clique of them.
Yeah. Like I had this kid named I grew up with, Brian Cameron. Dude was great, like pro skateboarder. Just he was the dude, like blondest hair ever. We went camping with my family, one of the horrible times we went camping. It was just hilarious. And Brian's like, we're up in the mountains. He's like, dude, we're probably going to get more sunburn because we're closer to the sun. I'm like, what?
Do what?
We're going to get more sunburn because we're closer to the sun? You said that out loud? He goes, yeah, dude. That's science. Oh, my God. That is just. But those are kids who, and somebody said, those people vote. Those people vote. But you know what? They may not vote, actually. They may not. They may not care. Which is, that's their prerogative. It is. But I'm telling you what, blackout with my rack out, which many of you loved. That should be our new theme. Blackout with the rack out. But my goodness me. Were you ever in school and had somebody so just, you'd turn around in the middle of class because they would say something and you're just like, what did you just say? Dude, are you serious?
Dude, you know that was out loud, right?
Yeah. Make America stronger again. Smarter again. Brighter again. Something. Yeah, that's something we should talk about. The Dunning-Kruger effect. If you guys know what that is, we'll talk about that maybe a little bit later. It's very, very interesting. But this whole, and again, I could go out today, like Belle and I could go film 100 people, and we're going to get some stupid answers, especially, the drunk woo-woo girls. They'll give you some really stupid answers. And you take that and you chop it up. But I don't think this guy had to get 100 to get 6 people to say something stupid. He's probably goes, this could take an hour. This could take a week. He goes, how long did it take it? 15 minutes. That's it. Because a lot of them were hammered. Whoo, were they hammered. And by the way, the thong is back in this year. Fellas.
The what?
The thong.
For dudes or women?
For the ladies. Well, you know what? If you feel you've got the, if the sun's out and you got the buns out and you feel good about it, knock yourself out, guys. Oh, my goodness me. 4 hours in Houston to get on, just to get through TSA. 4 hours.
Goodness, man.
I mean, it makes it, well, quite frankly, it makes it not fun.
No.
Hartsfield says, not available. You got to come in at least 4 hours. JFK, Liberty, LaGuardia all have to get there. They're suggesting we're between 4 and 6 hours ahead. 4 and 6 hours. If you have an hour flight, right? Like you're flying from JFK to, just you're flying down the coast. Even if you're flying to Florida, it's 10 hours. You get there at 6 in the morning. Maybe you leave at noon if you're lucky. You get through for your I don't know, how long is it? A 2-hour flight, 3-hour flight? That's just insane. You're right, Phil. We got to start flying private. Absolutely.
Wait a minute.
Charter.
We don't even have a boat yet.
We're getting a boat. We got one.
Whose fault is that?
And that was kind of his fault. But that's okay. We can fix it. We can fix it. We can fix it. I can't wait to go fishing stuff. We'll go fishing? Tuna fish fishing?
Tuna fishing.
Tuna fishing. We're going to catch somebody tuna fishing. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be incredible. I can't wait. We're going to make so much money.
And then when we catch the fish, we can take the boat straight to Japan to sell it on that market.
And sell it right on the market. They're going to cheer us as we come in with our giant tuna. And they're like, you guys, that's a whale.
Actually, they're going to look at us and go, oh, stupid Americans.
Get you guys out of here. What are you guys doing here?
Japanese fish market. Go home.
Oh, goodness me. I can't wait. Speaking of not waiting, there's cocaine sharks. They're back again. We need to talk about this.
Boy.
If you're swimming, especially if you're in the Keys right now, these kids out there, those sharks are making that move. They're paranoid and they're hungry. So, unintended consequences, Mr. Trump, as you bomb all those boats. They bombed another one today. They did. So there's more cocaine floating around in that ocean, man. These things are gobbling it up.
Bunch of hopped up sharks out there.
You do not want that.
Yeah, there's one shark going back to his school going, guys, you'll never forget what I just found out here. We gotta go snort it up quick before somebody else hears.
One's just shaking his arm. Hey guys, what's going on? How you guys doing? You doing okay? Hey, you guys think do you think we're being watched?
I'm sorry, I can't slow down. I'm tweaking really bad.
Oh my Lord. No fentanyl, by the way, just cocaine. They don't do that. The sharks like, we don't do that. We just need a bump every now and then.
A bump.
A little bump. A little yayo for the fayo. Whoa, whoa.
Of course, that won't work for hammerheads.
It will not work for hammerheads. All right? They do their own thing. They've got their own thing going on. Chad Benson, Super Talk 98.7. Oh, Kids Bulwark Capital, April 2nd, live webinar, cutting through the market noise. They're going to talk to you about all the things going on and things like AI, obviously the Iranian war, what's happening there. Top of that, going to talk about, is there a tech bubble that could pop at any moment? It's totally free for you to sign up. It is at 5:30, April 2nd. They're going to show you what they're all about. Full reveal on what it is that they do. Focus first and foremost on risk management, always looking for opportunities, lower risk, lower cost. What are they going to do? Give you the most upside of your retirement and your investments. And on top of that, they're also going to show you why they invest the way that they do, why they go out and they look at markets globally and opportunities rather than just a singular market like just here. So why not sign up for it? It takes about 45 minutes, 5:30 our time. Schedule now at knowyourriskpodcast.com for Bulwark Capital's Cutting Through the Market Noise, April 2nd, 5:30, knowyourriskpodcast.com. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not guarantee. Past performance, not guarantee future results. Trek 2648.
All right, drivers, we've got some stuff in the way. A crash on Charlotte Pike at I-40, and then in Lebanon, we've got road work blocking the left lane, 840 northbound before Stewart's Ferry Pike. We're going to play some audio for you from President Trump's cabinet meeting today, and a new poll says Nashville residents are significantly less confident in city leadership. All this and more coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Cocaine sharks. They're out there. It's not just cocaine, caffeine, too. Finding all kinds of things in the sharks' bellies. 85 different specimens. They have taken blood samples, tissue samples, and yeah, it's crazy. A shocking 28 sharks spanning 3 species tested positive for drugs, the most common of which was caffeine, but also acetaminophen. You've got, there's all kinds of painkillers.
They didn't find that little Kittner boy, did they?
They did not find that. Whew. Because we don't want him spilling out all over.
No, sir.
No, we wouldn't want that. So, and they're finding that they've got all kinds of tons of cocaine and just they're a mess. I'm surprised their hearts aren't exploding. Goodness me, what is wrong with us? Some of it they say it's not all because the boats blew up. Some of it's because of chemical runoff. People are dumping their trash out there in the Caribbean, and it's just, they've had copious amounts of, this is why the frogs turn gay. Right there. All that stuff's out there. Can you believe that? By the way, if you're thinking to yourself, man, that'd make a great movie. Oh, there's already one.
I was working for a kingpin named Garisco. Tons of mafia and drug money fueling his big campaign, HT25. The serum started failing, resulting in freaks of nature, horrible creatures created by its side effects.
Because of the lab explosion? Missing test animals?
We had an accident at the lab, an explosion. The remaining specimens were either destroyed in the explosion or escaped.
I think I saw something in the water. I think it was a shark.
I love bad movies. I think I saw something in the water. I think it was a shark.
That's where I can step in and say, I don't know about this, fellas.
You're going to be in every movie, and it's going to be just, I don't know about this, fellas. Oh, if we did a remake of, Go Back to Bible scenes, back to Bible days, you're like, I don't know about this, fellas.
Yeah, the parting of the water.
I don't know about this. Coming up, Ken's got your news. We're going to talk a little bit about the big lawsuit and Meta 0 for 2 this week, but the second one I think is going to be worse for them. Chad Benson, Super Talk. That's it.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Operation Epic Fury. President Trump in a cabinet meeting at the White House today insists the Iranians want to work with the U.S.
They're defeated. They can't make a comeback. We're free to roam over their cities and towns and destroy all of their crazy nuclear weapons and missiles and drones that they're building. And we're doing that. They now have a chance to make a deal, but that's up to them. And they'll tell you, we're not negotiating. We will not negotiate. Of course they're negotiating. They've been obliterated.
Karen Travers
asked whether the deadline has been pushed for this pause on the potential strikes against energy infrastructure. The president, toward the end there, said, I don't know, but he was really emphasizing that he has more tools that he could turn to continue hitting Iran hard if they don't come to the negotiating table and accept what the United States is offering.
Right now in Nashville, residents significantly less confident in the city leadership after the historic ice storm, according to a new Vanderbilt University survey. The polls showing approval ratings for the mayor and Metro Council falling, while Nashville Electric Service faces widespread criticism for its handling of power restoration. And researchers say the storm disrupted a decade of growing optimism about Nashville's future. Voters signaling infrastructure failures carry lasting political consequences. Meanwhile, NES CEO Teresa Broyles-Applin admitted they failed in 3 phases of communication with customers, including the $500,000 spent for an outage map that provided outdated information.
The outage map struggled under storm scale load and mostly with outage reporting through the outage map.
So NES says it has since upgraded the outage map and texting system and hired a public information officer to respond to reporter questions. Where Americans are moving and not moving is shifting again. New data shows slower growth in many parts of the country.
New numbers from the U.S. Census Bureau show population growth slowed across most metro areas in the past year, largely due to fewer immigrants arriving. Border regions were hit especially hard. In Florida, powerful storms forced thousands to leave communities along the Gulf Coast. But some areas still booming. Cities like Houston and Dallas remain top growth leaders, along with fast-growing areas in the Southeast. With fewer births nationwide, demographers say migration is now the key factor deciding which communities grow, which ones shrink. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Entertainment news.
Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jazz on my mind.
The Summer Breeze singer Dash Crofts has passed away from complications of a heart surgery. Dash, real name Daryl Crofts, was half of Seals and Crofts, along with Jim Seals, who died in 2022. Reports say Crofts spent part of his later life right here in Nashville. He was 85. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Happy Thursday, right here on the Chad Benson Show. Brought to you by NCAA National Certified Alarms, no long-term contracts. License number 645. All the happenings here, all the goings on here. It's hot outside. Ben, it's going to be cool tomorrow. But it's hot right now. Hot. A little hot for you, Belle, with your hair.
It's going to be wet tomorrow, too. It's going to rain.
Good God.
I mean, we need rain.
I get it. You know, I mean, I get it. I get we need the look. I don't mind the rain. I don't, but as long as it's not hot, I don't want the hot rain. I don't like that because then that brings the weather. That brings the could have issues.
That brings the possibility of tornado.
And we don't like that. How bad is it going to be tomorrow, rain-wise?
30 to 70% chance of showers, mainly after 1 o'clock, increasing clouds. Temperatures rising to near 73 by noon, then falling to around 59 during the remainder of the day. So this rain that moves in, it's cold front, going to cool us off. But I'm not seeing anything severe. Some gusty winds maybe, but, you know, nothing severe.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that because it's the weekend. We don't want to be working, you know. Plus, I'm going to be out at the old Dapper there at the old scoreboard.
Ah, yeah.
You should be out there, too. What are they making you stay back for?
Got to do traffic.
Screw traffic. Why can't you do traffic out there?
Because just don't have all that I need.
You know
out
what?
there.
It doesn't matter. All you have to do is guess. You got a thing on the phone and go, the 24 is a nightmare.
If you see a red light, stop.
There you go.
If you see somebody in front of you stopped, stop.
Brought to you by. And then you got to say brought to you by. Whatever we're brought to you by. It's that simple, guys. Let's get it done. All right? You know you'd want to see him out there. It's going to be fun. If we get to get that basketball going on, the madness. You know who's going to be out there? Jackson.
Oh, Brother Jackson's going to be out there.
He might be there now.
He's going to be rooting for them Vols.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my Lord. I asked him, I said, because he said this is his, like, home, this is kind of like his hometown bar. It's kind of like Cheers. You know, he's like Norm.
Right.
But he says he's going to a different place afterwards because he's superstitious. And they've won every time he's gone to this thing. So, and I'm like, you know what, Jackson, you are the reason, right? You are the tape holding it all together. Trump, it's going to be great. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. They're where we want them. The Iranians. They called today and surrendered. They told us we could have Tehran if we wanted it. Did you ask them? Oh, lordy, lordy. Witkoff says strong signs for possibility of peace deal with Iran. Okay. Are you going to go? Because if I was going to be a part of the, if you're an Iranian and you're like, okay, they want you to go negotiate, and you go in there and you see Steve Witkoff, the first thing you think is he's the angel of death. Because every time that they negotiate, they end up blowing up the negotiator, which is something we don't want. Let's just get this thing done, because the last thing we want is what? Boots on the ground. Do not put boots on the ground. Do I think it's going to happen? I have a sneaky feeling, yes, it's a possibility. Don't you guys kind of feel that? I mean, you're not moving those guys out there for nothing. And is it Karg Island? What does that look like? Feels like something, again, that...
That's the island where 90% of their oil exports go out of, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But they can, here's the thing. That is where it's easiest, but they can move it to other parts via pipelines. So it would be, they wouldn't get out as much, but they're making tons of money right now. So is Russia. Man, Russia's making a literal killing off this. What, they make it $700 million a day? That's good money if you can get it. I don't know how many tunas we'd have to catch for that. Bet a lot.
5 or 6.
5 or 6. We catch only judging by all the cocaine inside the sharks, we should probably go catch some of those. They got street values.
Judging by the boat, I don't think we can.
No, we can't right now because our boat's not there. We're going to get a boat, though. Don't you worry. Oh, seals. So who is it died? Seals or crofts?
Crofts. Seals died in 2022.
Summer breeze.
Freaking love that song.
That's a yacht rock favorite.
Yes, sir.
That is a yacht rock favorite. There's no doubt about that. The you know what today is? It's what is it? The 54th anniversary of America. A number one hit.
Horse with No Name.
Do you know that most radio stations wouldn't play it back in the day?
I heard about that.
Because they said it makes no sense and it doesn't mean anything. What?
Everybody names their horse. This is stupid.
That's exactly it. I can't play this.
This is the 70s.
Things make sense and nobody does drugs.
Right.
It's the 70s. Goodness me. So,
love that song, too.
That was a great song. America was awesome.
Yes.
They were a great band. You heard Ken talking about how much confidence we have in, Nashville and our city leaders. And as we were talking about last hour, it only takes one really bad handling of something. You can't blame them for the weather, but you can blame them for the reaction. And I'm still mystified the fact that they've now hired a PIO over at NES. And would you say so they could talk to people?
Answer reporters' questions.
Only one emergency too late.
Hey, we got somebody now. He's ready. He's got a jacket and everything. Ready to come on out. And he'll answer anybody's question.
First question. Yes. Did you go to college?
Do you know any of these people here? Who was the guy that screwed up so bad? What was his name?
God,
that was so...
Brent Baker.
Oh, poor guy.
He's the chief operating officer that was handling most of the press conferences up until that one where Channel 4's Jeremy Finley and Stacey Cameron were. I mean, they were just, and they were not attacking.
No,
they were just asking pertinent questions that they could not answer.
And it was handled so poorly. And it's not a hard thing to come out and to talk to people. It isn't. I mean, for some people it is, but to at least, it's like nobody spoke there. But go and look at the numbers. Vanderbilt's poll, everybody cratered. Everybody just cratered. And we were joking last hour, the fact that it was at 39% approval rating of NES. Who are those people? I mean, that is just
the people they sampled inside the
building.
Yeah.
Are you guys good here, working here? Yeah, you're pretty excited. They spent, $250 million on a machine to be able to communicate with everybody?
Yeah, well, they were touting it as a $250,000 texting system, which failed, and then it turns out they had only spent $10,000.
God, that's a lie. Missed it by that much. Wait a minute. You said it was $250 million. First of all, which is
$250,000.
$50,000. That's a crime. It shouldn't be anything close to that. We got our text thing here. There's no way that we could send out blanket text in 2 minutes. Oh, what a God, man! When you think back about how poorly it handled, and even Freddie, right? Freddie, who had nothing. They don't blame Freddie, but you got to, you're at the end of the day, they need to be able to look at somebody. And he went from having an approval rate in the high 60s down to 54, which is still amazing. I can't even think of any modern politician. Trump had an approval rating of about 50-something, and that's dissipated. He's at the lowest rates he's had outside of MAGA. But we don't have approval ratings in the 60s anymore when it comes to politicians. We just don't. I mean, outside of, and again, Bernie Sanders. And somebody said, Bell, did you see the picture of the Bernie Sanders guy? The little knitted doll?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
He's going to send us a close-up.
That is so funny. This guy did a little, what is it, like a knitted little mini doll?
Yeah, his wife made it.
With his hands when he was back there wearing his little gloves, his mittens. These are my Bernie mittens.
It needs something on his T-shirt that says free stuff.
Free stuff. Who wants free stuff? You're not getting it, but I want to give it to you. And I'm not giving it to you. Trump today came out, said Iran, they're going to be obliterated. They're going to disappear. We're going to blow them off the face of the earth. The usual stuff. I take it for what it's worth.
Genocide.
Genocide. We're not going to kill them, but we're going to destroy everything. They've given up. They called me, and there's nothing that they won't do for us ever. I'm like, I don't know if that's real or not. I don't think anybody does. I was telling Bell yesterday, the negotiation I feel like is, and if anybody ever follows baseball, back in the day, Alex Rodriguez was able to opt out of his contract with the Yankees. Then the Yankees got into a bidding war with the Yankees, and they didn't know they were getting into a bidding war. And they were negotiating with themselves, and they pushed his price tag through the roof. And I feel like that's what's going on here, is they're talking over each other, they're not really talking to each other. And, he could say all he wants. At the end of this week, into early next week, I think it's going to be very interesting to see if we do put boots on the ground at some point in time. I hope not.
They're defeated. They can't make a comeback. We're free to roam over their cities and towns and destroy all of their crazy nuclear weapons and missiles and drones that they're building. Oh, we're doing that. They now have a chance to make a deal, but that's up to them. And they'll tell you, we're not negotiated. We will not negotiate. Of course they negotiated. They've been obliterated.
But they're fighting a different war. You're fighting a military war, which will win. They're fighting an economic war right now, which is make everybody's life more expensive. And if you can do that, then people will start to turn and fall away. And if you could do that, then the goal is to make you, this is their nuclear weapon right now. Make your life miserable. Make us spend more money. What is gas now? $3.99 on average nationwide? And oil's up again today.
It's like $3.69 over in the area where I live. And that's, what did I tell you it was? It was up 40 cents overnight when I sent you that text.
That's and if you can get oil, Brett crude to $1.20, $1.30, you can hold it there for a little while. You can make everything uncomfortable.
I mean 120 and 130?
Yeah. Like as far as $120
okay,
a
I
barrel.
was making sure you weren't talking about a gallon because
no. If you get
I'll
it to
take
that
it for $1.30.
Trust me. Let's be honest, guys. If Iran gets it to $120 a gallon, you know who won? Iran. This is exactly what we want. $200 a gallon. So, and if they can keep diesel over $6-7, I mean, they're fighting two different wars. And they put back, so we sent them 15 things that we want, of which a lot of them were kind of a hat on a hat. We're like, you guys can't have nuclear weapons. And then like the third one was, you guys can't have nuclear weapons. And then the fourth one was like, there's no way you can get nuclear weapons. And what they want is the war to stop immediately. The assurances that they will not be attacked anymore. But they also want to say that they own the Strait of Hormuz, which is something, even if Trump wanted to agree with that, he can't, because it's not ours. It's like international. You're not giving it to anybody. So that was something that, but they're both throwing stuff out there. And they want, reparations for the damage done. So,
well, we can afford that.
Yeah, we got all kinds of money, man. We're burning it. That's how much money we have.
What'll that take us up to? About 40 trillion?
We're at 40 trillion now. So we're at 4. And if you've put in unfunded liabilities, like we're probably closer to that 100 trillion mark. So think about that for a second. So we'll find, I think more's going to come. The question is, when's his next deadline and is he going to meet it? He got into it pretty good the other day with Bibi because he wants this to end. Bibi wants it to keep going, but Bibi was trying to get the Iranians to go out in the streets and take on the IRGC and the military. And Trump's like, that's what? No, they're going to die in thousands. We can't have that. The goal is to try to bring them back into the fold, not to kill them all. And then you've got your partners over there in the Gulf states who want this to continue.
He's on the phone with Bibi. It's like, we don't want to kill them all. And you just hear that long pause, and Bibi goes,
all right, fine.
Are you sure?
We could. No, that's not what it's about. Right? And I still don't know what the end game is. Because even if they agree to all this stuff today, what exactly has changed? We've replaced one Ayatollah with a maybe Ayatollah, and the two guys that are kind of running things right now are real. One of them is wanted by the international courts for terrorism. And I feel like we put a younger, more dangerous person in there. So we'll see what happens. All right, coming up. Meta, that's a big lawsuit. They lost. And the first one, numbers-wise, was big, but I think that one isn't going to hurt them like the one yesterday. We'll talk about that, among other things, straight ahead. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk, 99.7. Relief Factor. Get yourself some Relief Factor. Don't be in pain. You're sick and tired of being in pain, right? Maybe you're a plumber, you're a roofer, and your back and your muscles are hurting, your legs, and you're like, I wish I had more time to enjoy my life. But you get home and you're exhausted and you feel sore. Inflammation, the way we eat, all of this stuff plays into it. Relief Factor is going to help you with that. Omega-3 fatty acid, Reveritol, and this amazing stuff called black pepper extract, which helps your body absorb it more. What does it do? It fights that inflammation in your muscles and your joints and gives you relief. I want you to try a 3-week quick start right now of Relief Factor. It's less than $20. I take it every single day. It is amazing. Go to relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com, or call 800-4RELIEF, 800 the number 4RELIEF for Relief Factor, and tell them Chad sent you.
All right, drivers, we've got a disabled vehicle, and it is blocking the center lane, 40 eastbound at Fessler's Lane. Lebanon still got that road work with the left lane blocked, 840 northbound before Stewart's Ferry Pike. We're going to break down more of this Vanderbilt University poll showing a majority of Nashville residents think the city's going in the wrong direction at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Dun, 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 dun. So yesterday, there was 2 trials for Meta, both of which did not go well. The first one, New Mexico, they got hit with a $375 million fine, which I have a feeling when they appeal it, it's going to get tossed out. And that one was based on content. Content is different than what they went after in the trial in Los Angeles, which was based on you guys built a program that was designed to get people addicted, and you knew it. That one circumvents Section 230. So Section 230, which essentially allows, telecommunication companies like that to not be liable in any way, shape, or form for what somebody does with their product. They used to call it the Ma Bell thing. So if 2 robbers, back in the day would make phone calls to each other using Ma Bell and they plan a bank robbery, well, guess what? That's not Ma Bell's fault that they did that. So that's why I think they're going to have that overturned. The one yesterday, it was only a $6 million judgment. But you got around the 230. And what do they say? There's 1,700 cases that are waiting, And I have a feeling by tomorrow there'll be another 1,700 and so on. You're already hearing the commercials. You can hear them here. If you or somebody you know has been harmed by social media. But when I was listening to it, and I was telling Belle this today, the girl that sued, the Kaylee or whatever her name was, when you listen to her, there was days when she, first of all, she would spend 16 hours a day on Instagram. Where's mom and dad? This started when she was younger. She was already seeking therapy. But 16 hours a day on Instagram? And where's the personal responsibility where maybe mom comes in and goes, hey, you know what? We're going to take this away from you. What, are you going to run away? You're going to go get a new phone with your job you don't have? Yes. Did they design these things to be addictive? Yeah. But some personal responsibility in allowing things to get that way. Get her a phone. Give her one of those little flip phones where if you have to text somebody, you have to remember the ABCs like number one. You're like A, N. Remember that? But you played a part in it as well. Now the question is going to be, how is this going to change social media? Because this is as big a trial as the tobacco trials were. There's no doubt. Because how many people are on social media every day? And they're not giving it up. They're not. Nobody's giving it up. For the most part, they're sticking with it, you know? And I mean, you know, we've talked about it here, Belle and I and you know, and Ken. If I didn't have to have it, I probably wouldn't. Or I'd have something where I don't post anything, but I can go look at the news and funny reels about capybaras. That's about as far as I'd want. Outside of that, you know, because I have a phone. I can always text my friends. And they can text me. And, you know, the interesting thing is, you know, back when social media first got going and it was like one of those things where, hey, you can keep in touch with your grandma and this, that, and the other. How many people really kind of keep in touch with people on there? I mean, I talk to listeners and stuff like that, but I don't think outside of sending stuff to the guys that I think is funny, I don't go and look at anything for my friends or anything. So, yeah, I think this is going to change it. I'm wondering at some point in time, because I heard that Facebook's about ready to just say, screw it. We're just going to focus on small business and all business and get away from, you know, the social media aspect, which it's becoming to the point now where you go on there and everything's an ad. It's just nonstop ads. So we'll see. Coming up, got a lot of stuff to get to. Is Nashville going the way of Las Vegas? This guy thinks so. And a lot of people are talking about it. We'll talk a little bit about that, among other things, straight ahead. Chad Bench, Super Talk 99.7.
.1:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Boy, this crash or this disabled vehicle blocking the center lane of 40 eastbound there at Fessler's Lane, that is backing up a lot of drivers. Not just eastbound 40 there at Fessler's Lane, but it's backing up the eastbound East Loop and eastbound South Loop downtown. Operation Epic Fury. President Trump in a cabinet meeting with the White House today insists the Iranians want to work with the U.S. and repeats his criticisms of NATO, who have said they won't get involved in the war.
This was a test. You can help us. You don't have to, but if you don't have, if you don't do that, we're going to remember. Just remember this in a number of months from now. Remember my statements. They have an expression, a great expression. Never forget. You can never forget.
Here in Middle Tennessee, a new Vanderbilt University poll shows Nashville leaders facing some of their lowest approval ratings on record following the city's devastating ice storm response. More than half of residents now say Nashville is on the wrong track, a sharp increase from last year. Frustration centered largely on the storm response. Mayor Freddie O'Connell's approval dropped more than 10 points, while Nashville Electric Service saw the steepest disapproval. Meanwhile, NES CEO Teresa Broyles-Applin admits they failed when it came to communication during the ice storm.
More than $500,000 spent on an outage map that provided outdated information.
The outage map struggled under storm scale load, and mostly with outage reporting through the outage map.
And that text alert system that told people their power was back on when it wasn't. After touting for years that NES was implementing a $250 million communication system, only 10 grand was spent on the text alert system. Broyles-Applin admitting ratepayers were literally and figuratively left in the dark.
Estimates weren't issued early, and they weren't incredibly reliable.
That's WSMV Channel 4's chief investigative reporter, Jeremy Finley there. He says NES says it has upgraded the outage map and texting system, and they've hired a public information officer to respond to reporter questions. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Low temperatures only falling down to 60s overnight. That changes tomorrow as a cold front moves in. It will bring in not only cooler air, but also some rain showers Friday afternoon.
Oh, Beacon Capital Management wants to help you out there, everybody. You don't want to outlive your retirement. Beacon can help you with that when it comes to your investments and your retirement. As you head toward retirement, maybe you're in retirement and not quite sure, hey, maybe we need to do some other things. Maybe we need to adjust. They can help you with that. They can also help you with things like tax deductions. One big, beautiful bill, very big, but it's out there and opportunities abound. Now, these are for a limited time. Things like $10,000 in car loan interest you can deduct, but there are certain things you have to qualify for. Even additional senior deduction up to $6,000. There's a phase out, so you got to be 65 or older, but you can take advantage of it while it's here. They also have things that can help you with like health care, which is extremely important. Yes, taxes, as we just talked about, long-term care, and everything in between. Maybe you need one, maybe you need all of these, but why not talk to Beacon Capital Management? So why don't you do this? Get a free personalized financial consultation today with Beacon. Call 615-488-9303, 615-488-9303. Check them out online at beaconcm.com, beaconcm.com for Beacon Capital Management. This is a paid placement. Could we become Vegas? Is it possible?
What, empty with nothing to do?
That's what people are worried about. People are worried that, they're talking about bringing one of the new spheres here. The spheres, the big sphere. And, with all the property taxes going up everywhere, we're going to start losing, hey, the Chili's, here comes the Chili's, right? Now, again, nothing against Chili's. We like Chili's. I'm just saying if, part of what makes...
Can we put the sphere where the Chili's would go?
No. But, I mean, think about it. Like, if that could happen, and a bunch of people who are influenced, people who live in Vegas, country music people are worried because they're seeing Steve Aoki's coming out. They're building all these things. You get Dre and Snoop. All these people are coming out here. They're leaving Vegas, and they're coming here. And the worry is it's going to become Vegas, which means in a few years you'll have all these big buildings, and they'll be empty.
I can tell you right now, from the last 15 minutes of scrolling on TikTok, Nashville is ruined. Over the last 2 years, they let Dr. Dre come in. They let Snoop Dogg come in. Now, Barstool Sports is turning like their club more into like a Vegas nightclub. And then I just saw at the Sky Deck that they had Steve Aoki. People are like, the young kids are going to be like, this is so awesome. We go to Nashville, we get all this. What they don't realize is that, yes, this seems cool at first, right? Pay attention to what Vegas is right now. Vegas is like a dead zone. People are going to be like, oh no, Vegas is still alive and popping. No, it's not.
Vegas is so dead. It is eerie. My buddies went out and played a soccer tournament there about a month ago. And they talked about how dead it was on a Saturday night. There was nothing going on. There's just nothing happening. And the numbers are crashing. They spent in a major way. They expanded in a major way. They brought all these people in, and then it became too expensive. And that's the fear. Eventually you price out even tourists.
The fact that Steve Aoki is coming to Nashville to play shows you that Vegas is not alive and popping. It also shows you that whoever owns Nashville, the people who have nothing to do with the country music scene, like the actual artists and stuff like that, they're now taking their money from Vegas and they're now putting it into Nashville. And what's going to happen is the people who don't know how this all works, for the first year, maybe 4 years, 5 years, it's going to look amazing. All these nice venues and clubs are going to pop up, all these nice restaurants. There's going to be a bunch of gigs going on, like all these cool events. 7 or 8 years from now, people are going to start talking about Nashville, because they already are now. Like the people who actually understand it, the people are going to start talking about how Nashville is ruined and how it became a tourist trap and how you can't afford drinks, which you can't already afford, and how you can't afford the clothes and everything else. And then downtown, they're going to start revamping all those buildings. So those buildings have been there since like the 50s and earlier, right? The ones that are very nostalgic, those are all going to look like the buildings in Vegas or the buildings in Miami. They're going to revamp everything. They're going to completely ruin the culture of it.
That's that Chili's we've been talking about, or is Applebee's. And again, I love Chili's. Zero problem with Chili's. But the uniqueness of stuff is why people gravitate to certain things. And if you start taking that away, and you start making it so it is so corporate that when people come here, like you say, you can't afford anything, the average person.
Well, I would be much more excited about going to Chili's than like Acme Feed and Seed, because I'm going to go someplace I'm comfortable and I know.
Oh yeah, your hometown, or is that Applebee's?
That's why when I go on vacation, I only eat at Fridays. Because that's what I went there for, was a Fresh Fridays.
A Fresh Fridays. When you go to a place like that, when you're in somewhere that you've eaten weird food in a different country, and then you turn the corner, you see McDonald's, and you're like, I would normally never go there, but I'm going there today.
Or you're on a business trip, and you're not screwing around with tourist crap.
Yeah.
You just want to get your work done, grab your bike, and go back to your work.
Exactly. That's it. Quick and easy. Somebody says Vegas killed itself by ending free buffets in the casino, increased hotel tax, which hurts. And not only hotel tax, you go to Vegas now, you want to park overnight? That's $45. Wait, hold on a second. I am renting a room in your place, and you're going to charge me $50 to park in your place a night. That's like, could you imagine Airbnb? Oh, yeah, you want to park in front of my house? That'll be an extra $45.
Well, you're getting a discount. It's normally $75.
Yeah. Normally it is $75. Yeah. But they also add these weird fees onto everything. It's like, this is a hotel fee, but this is also a tax here for the city that you're in. And this is also, and then you start looking up and going, Like, there's 8 fees. You get one of those CVS. Do you remember, when you go, they put the coupons on the back of all the pharmacies? That's what you're going to start getting.
Eddie Trunk has a promo running for his show where he's checking into a hotel and he's relating it to the fees on tickets.
Yeah.
And the lady asks for his credit card and she goes, "Oh, by the way, there'll be a $45 a night resort fee."
That's the big thing.
And he's like, "Oh, can you tell me what that's for?" And she goes to the computer and she's like, "It's kind of a tax from the hotel." And he goes, "What exactly do you mean?" And she looks at the computer again and goes, "I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a scam."
It is. It's just they're charging you $45 or $50 for what? You're already paying your tax, and I'm paying to stay at the hotel. So you're going to charge me another $45 on top of that, or $50 or whatever it is? The resort fee? It's not even a resort.
It's a battery fee for the remote control.
Oh, God, don't get him started. That screams. I still, to this day, when you go and you're like, "I'd like a battery. My car needs a battery." Oh, yeah, here it is. It's a $22 battery disposable. Yeah, for disposing of the battery. I didn't bring you a battery. Yeah, but one day you might get rid of that battery. Yeah, well, that isn't today. Anything they can get you with, anything they can scam you with, they're going to. And what do? You price out everybody. And eventually, people move on, and they're going to go somewhere else and find something cheaper and something more unique. Like you said, again, I love Chili's. Zero problems. I also like Hop Daddy's. Ate there this weekend. Oh, so good. Right? What's that place I told you to go? And you went, the deli. Is it 5th Avenue or something like that? 3rd Avenue?
I ordered from them, but they didn't have the damn chicken wings that you made me want so bad.
Those are unique.
Like 51st Deli or something
51st.
like that?
Acme. All unique things. But who's going to be able to afford to pay that stuff? And they're trying to court those big businesses. Oh, we need another Hard Rock. We need another.
I mean, it's like if somebody had said, they're driving Loveless Cafe out because of their property taxes, but we'll get a McDonald's or a Burger King in there or something.
Mm-hmm.
Loveless Cafe is probably one of the most famous eateries in the city.
Oh, 100%. And those are one of the things. People come here for that. And then they buy cowboy boots. We talked about that. Don't do that.
And walk around them and get sores on their feet.
Yes. Speaking of eating, Ruth Chris has said you got to dress up if you're going to come to the steakhouse. Chili's said you guys don't have to do any of that stuff. You just come over here to Chili's. We don't even care what you're wearing as long as you got shoes on and a shirt. You don't have to have pants on.
We'll make you a steak.
Yeah. We'll make you a steak. And now they're going back and forth. And my argument is, look, Ruth Chris, go there. You're paying a little bit more. It's you can tell people how you want to dress. If you want them to dress as a clown to eat a steak, then that should be your prerogative. Wouldn't that be great?
And if they don't want to dress as a clown, they won't come in.
Yeah.
Or a furry.
That's even better.
Or a furry.
Ken brings it right back around.
Yeah, always to the furries. Operation Furries. Those are things that and I love the fact that Chili's has gone after them. I think it's funny. But it's $100 on average. It's like $100 a plate at Ruth Chris. And that's it's pretty good.
So you go on a date there, and with tip and everything, you're probably looking at $225. Or if you have a business meeting there and there's 4 people, it's $500.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's big. I mean, you go. I mean, it's you're going there for something kind of cool. It's usually you're successful. But it's their prerogative. If they want you, they say, look, the only way you can come in here is if you're wearing a string bikini. Well, you know what, guys? If I want to eat here, I got to put on a string bikini again. But it hurts my figure. And Chili's, that's the beauty of Chili's. That's why I go to Chili's. First of all, because the food's great. Secondly, I like wearing flip-flops. Right? That's it. I like that. I like wearing a T-shirt places. I don't want to get dressed up. And I remember when I was in England, I would tell you it was so weird going out. So if you're in London, like you can dress as anything you want and go to any club. They don't care. Outside of London, if you went to a nightclub, in most of them, you're wearing a suit with a tie or they're not getting in. You can't wear jeans at all.
Guess I'll be staying inside London.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. One time, though, this is pretty cool. There's this, they had this bar, this Australian beach bar. So I thought, okay. And they asked us if we could do our show from there. We said, yeah, we could. But I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I like shorts and a T-shirt, hence the reason why I do radio. Although I got great legs, they should be on TV. I think we recognize that. We
are getting a camera for under the table.
That's good. And Allison, our big boss, she's already talked about how great my calves look. And I'm like, I really appreciate that. But so it's Australian beach bar, right? That's what this thing's called. They have a sand beach volleyball thing. And we tell them, we're only going to do the show if you allow us to dress the way that we dress. Nothing crazy, but, that's this. And I figure it's Londonish. It's a beach bar.
It's not like you're saying, hey, we're going to walk in with a T-shirt that says F you.
We go there, and they let us. They told us it was fine, but they said, you guys have to stay over here. Everybody else that came to the club, they got an outdoor beach volleyball. They all were in suits.
How the hell are you supposed to play volleyball in suits?
That's what I want to know. It's uncomfortable. I'm not very good
I mean,
at
look at Top Gun. I mean, those guys weren't in suits.
Yeah, they weren't. God, Top Gun.
Space Mormon's showing off his six-pack.
Good, man. So was Iceman. Remember Iceman? Who was the other one? It was Iceman.
Goose.
Who was the other guy?
I've got to look it up now.
Yeah, we gotta know what his call sign was.
Iceman.
Viper.
That's pretty good. Like snake, monster, killer.
No, maybe Viper was one of the teachers.
Viper. What would be your name?
I don't want to be here.
Slider.
Well, that's close, dude. You're close. Viper. I like Viper better than Slider.
Slider. I'm Slider,
I think there was a Viper, though, but I think he was one of the teachers.
Oh, okay. So.
I'm Slider, dude.
You ever play beach volleyball? I'm pretty good. I can rise, man. I'm like a salmon. I can get so high. Sometimes I go so high, I come back down. I have frost on my hair. When I have hair.
I can wear the bench out at a volleyball game.
Dude, it's so tough. And sand soccer is insane. Sand soccer is just...
Sand's so hard to move in anyway. You get such an extra workout on your legs.
But that's why I liked it, because I was slow. But I was steady. I'm slow. I'm like a tugboat. Slow and steady. Man, we should do that. Maybe we should just buy a tugboat, and we'll just go out and tug ourselves into some tuna.
We'll send Ken to go get it, and it'll never show up.
Well, it's going to be tough. But think about this, though. Think about all the cool things we could do with our tugboat. We could tug stuff. There's that.
Well, we can get people out of jams.
We're like the A-team, but we're on water.
Boys, we could take our business to the Strait of Hormuz.
I don't want to be like the A-team because they didn't charge.
Yeah, they did it for free.
Oh, well, we did. What should be the name of our tug team? Rub and Tug?
No, definitely not.
You know what? I thought it was pretty good.
Tip and Tug.
Oh, look at that. If you're looking for tuna, come to the Rub and Tug.
The Rub and Tug.
or Team Tug.
Oh, that was so awesome. You guys are weird.
The Tug Chug.
Viper was the commanding officer.
Okay, yeah, the bald guy.
Yeah. Hangman. Slider. I just feel that's a kind of a weird name for, like you couldn't, like, I was going to be Knuckleball, but they thought that was stupid.
He was a big fan of crystals.
Oh, I see.
White Castle.
What? Don't get me started on White Castle.
I'm Slider, dude.
Slider. I'm Slider, man.
I'm Goose, so I get killed early and don't have to bother working for the rest of the shoot.
You know what's funny? At the end of the day, Goose picked better, because go and look at his wife compared to what happened to old Kelly.
That is true.
That did not. What's the old saying? That didn't age well.
Yeah.
And wasn't Miles Teller his son in Maverick?
Is that what he was?
I think that was so. You know, their genes kind of mixed well together.
Mixed well. Looking good. All right, coming up, kids. More fun stuff on the way, including the fact there's a capybara on the loose. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to solve it. We can do that. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. Board Capital, 2nd of April, 5:30 our time. Are you ready for it? What is it? It's a free webinar. You can register now. It's called Cutting Through the Market Noise. My buddy Zach Abraham, he is awesome, and he's going to lead charge for you guys. Talk about what it is they do. You know, is your portfolio positioned to cut through that market noise? Could there be an AI pop sooner rather than later? Crypto, could there be some serious issues there? What's going on, obviously, in the Middle East and Iran? How can you take advantage of opportunities like that? So sign up today. It is absolutely free. They're going to show you what they're all about. Lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility. It is all about risk management with them. Totally free for you. 5:30, April 2nd. Schedule now. Get your free portfolio review as well. And Zach's daily market recap. It's really cool. Takes about 15 minutes to listen. It's really good little podcast there. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. Knowyourriskpodcast.com. Investment advisory service offered through Trick Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance not guarantee. Future results. Trick 2648.
All right, drivers, still showing a disabled vehicle 40 eastbound at Fessler's Lane, but it's not backing traffic up as much as it had been. In Smyrna, police activity blocking the right lane, 24 westbound near the Rocky Fork Road overpass, and in Lebanon, roadwork left lane blocked, 840 northbound before Stewart's Ferry Pike. Operation Epic Fury update, and we'll give you some more about this poll showing Nashvillians have lost confidence in leadership. We'll tell you about it at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That it was something exciting that
It
the
was
kids would
something
want to see.
exciting.
At first I thought it was a beaver, so I started videoing. It was sunbathing. It was sunbathing on the riverbank over there.
It's a capybara. And
It's a capybara.
it snuck out, and they saw it in Hampshire. This little, this lady's on a walk with her dog, and she looks over. She says, "Oh, I thought it was a beaver."
A beaver.
It was not a beaver.
Related to one.
Huh?
It's related to one. Wrote it.
But then her dog, stupid dog, tried to get near it because, of course, it's never seen anything like that before, and it takes off and it jumps into the little river, and now they can't find it, and it escaped from a zoo. And they said, look, the one guy who owns a zoo called, are you ready for this? The Who Zoo. Nice. He said, look, guys, you could locate it, but that's 10% of it. 90% of it's catching it.
Maybe it's a pregnant female and it'll just
It is not. It's younger. It's not quite. It's only probably about a year old. So it's
darn. We could have had an invasive species running around.
I will. Well, it's London. It's England, so it's too cold for it. But I will tell you this right now. It'll be fine. They'll catch it. It's not. But now people in Britain are putting it all over. Like, oh, I saw it yesterday at Stonehenge, and they have it photoshopped at Stonehenge. And then it's like it was up north drinking a beer, and they showed it in a crowd with soccer.
It was in Parliament.
Yeah, couldn't do any. And probably do a better job in Parliament. No
Look,
doubt
it's
about
trying to chew through the door at 10 Downing Street.
Hello there, love. Yeah, and it's already got goofy teeth. Oh, there's some bad teeth over there. Whew. Tell you what, apparently it was optional.
I guess NHS doesn't cover dental.
Brushing, you could do if you want, mate. It's up to you. It's going to fall out anyways. No, that's no. No, you're not a shark. Coming up, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends of all ages, hour number 3 of the program. We'll have more on the poll that Vanderbilt put out about the city of Nashville. How do you feel about it? Not everybody's thrilled. Talk a little bit about that. We got some of your text messages. Whoa, I broke my microphone. It's back now. On top of that, we'll talk a little bit more about Iran and what's going on over there. Have they surrendered yet? No, they have not. Okay, we're just double checking. Could happen at any moment. Chad Benches on Super Talk 997.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Operation Epic Fury. President Trump, during a cabinet meeting, says the war in Iran is progressing in the U.S. favor and that Iran ready to negotiate an end to the war.
The drones, too, are way down, but the reason they're down is they go one way and they don't come back, because for the most part, we're shooting them down. But we also are able to, we've really done tremendous damage to the places where they make them.
Iranian strikes in Israel and the rest of the region continue with fatalities in the UAE overnight. Confidence in Nashville's leadership taking a major hit after January's ice storm, according to a new polling from Vanderbilt University. The survey shows optimism about the city's direction has fallen to its lowest level in more than a decade, with many blaming failures during the prolonged power outages. While most residents blame Mother Nature or Nashville Electric Service more than the mayor, approval ratings for city leaders still dropped sharply. Why it matters? Reliability of core service is now a top voter concern, potentially reshaping city policy and political priorities. And as for the NES response to the ice storm, CEO Teresa Broyles-Applin admits they had 3 major failures, including the $500,000 outage map and $250,000 text alert system, for which they really only spent about $10,000. Channel 4's Holly Thompson says NES claims to have made some changes for the better.
Now, here's how NES says they are improving those systems. We know that they say they've upgraded the outage map as well as the texting system. They have developed what they're calling an extreme weather communications playbook. It's to better inform you about those outages. Now, they've also hired a public information officer, PIO, to respond to questions from reporters.
Meanwhile, the ongoing war with Iran remains a big unknown for the U.S. economy as the Federal Reserve Board monitors economic gauges and holds interest rates steady. It's not the same for mortgage rates, on the rise again in the past week.
The cost of buying a home up again this week. Mortgage buyer Freddie Mac says a 30-year fixed home loan shot up to 6.38%. That's up from 6.22% last week, the largest one-week increase since April of last year. Uncertainty over the war in Iran and rising inflation are driving mortgage rates higher and adding a sting to the spring housing market, which shows inventory is up and prices are dropping. Potential buyers once again having to crunch their numbers or wait it out. A 15-year fixed rate popular for those wanting to refinance is also up to 5.75%. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Entertainment news. Singer-songwriter Dash Crofts has died of complications after a heart surgery, according to family members and longtime collaborators. As part of Seals and Crofts, he helped shape the soft rock sound of the early 1970s, otherwise known as yacht rock. Dash Crofts, 85 years old. Seals, by the way, passed away in 2022. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
This portion of the Chad Benson Show is brought to you by NCA National Certified Alarms, no long-term contracts, license number 645. It used to be powered by, but it's too expensive to power us now because of the oil going up. Because the oil. What do you think? We should check that out. we need to find out how much oil Jeb struck when he moved to Beverly Hills and what it would be worth today.
That is a good question. Because I don't think they ever actually addressed. They always talked about how much money he had.
Yeah.
But they never addressed how much oil they had found.
So let's find out.
They were always talking about how he had $40 million in the bank.
I thought that was Texas tea.
That's right, Texas tea.
And, of course, you got to take into account that they bought that house, which would have come out of the money for the oil. So it was more than $40 million.
Yeah.
Well, they had that cement pond.
Well, it's just a swimming pool. They just didn't know it.
All right, let's find out here. How much oil did he strike? If we were going to do it, break it down. And so 25 million is what he received by the end in today's value, almost $300 million in oil. Texas tea.
So how did he get it up to $40 million? Was it just like interest?
He sold the rights to it. Like he probably kept the land and he sold the mineral rights to it so they could drill there. Split it with him. Just that money's pumping on in. Next thing you know, Jeb's a millionaire.
And he's trying to give it away to anybody he can.
And his kinfolk said, Jeb, move away from here.
California is the place you ought to be.
Yeah, because Appalachian kinfolk, first thing they do is tell you to get out when they love you.
Speaking of Appalachian, Ken, have you ever seen the Whitakers?
No.
So the Whitakers are the most inbred people. And there was a photographer who did like a documentary about them. And all they do is grunt. That's all.
That's weird.
Dude, it's so scary. Because it's like the first thing I think of is I've seen this movie.
It's like a Mike Flanagan movie.
It's one of what was that movie? Where the guys break down in West Virginia, the kids.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that movie was.
And they get chased by those. Yeah, that's what the Whitakers are. But they're not killers. I don't know, but I don't think they are. But all they do is bark. That's all they know how to do. And I'm thinking to myself, how do we have that? Like
weird.
It's creepy. It is. And that's Jed's kinfolk. And they're like, and then Jed moved away from there. Next thing you know, he and his hot niece are out there.
Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae. She's pretty hot, wasn't she?
That was his daughter.
Was it his daughter?
Yeah.
The niece was the Munsters.
Yeah. And Jethro was his nephew.
What was his name? Bauer?
Max Bear.
Max Bear.
Remember there was Jethro and Jethrine.
Yeah, as you do. Wrong Turn. Thank you very much for that. Wrong Turn. That's the name of that movie. Oh. The last episode, Jed was worth about $90 to $100 million. That's good money if you can get it. Back in that day?
Well, that house that they used as the show prop sold for, I think it's been almost 10 years now, but it sold for $250 million.
Good God. So if you count him, if we were to count his money with his house, he's probably worth $500 million. And if he invested it, because he seems like one of those guys that walks into the investments, right? Kind of like
I think you're assuming a lot there because I think if he had managed his money properly, he wouldn't have needed to do Barnaby Jones.
You know what? That was the other thing. What's Forrest Gump worth? Okay, you guys ready for this? So Forrest Gump, based on the fact that Lieutenant Dan invested all of that money into everything. Do you know what he'd be worth?
This is into the Apple stock? Mm-hmm. Is that what plus the value of Bubba Gump Shrimp?
Yep. He'd be worth $5.7 billion.
That sounds about right.
Not bad.
And I bet you more than anything, all he ever did was spend just what he needed to keep the house up, make sure the kid was taken care of.
Yep.
And and all that money was just sitting there earning interest.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, that and the fact that it's nice that your girlfriend came back, Jeddy. This is how crazy the internet is. I got into an argument the other day with a lady who's like, if your boyfriend thinks this girl is bad, then you have a problem. And I was like, oh, you know what? I might listen to this and see what she has to say. And she starts talking about Jeddy. And everybody's like, you're right. People shouldn't be mad at Jenny. I'm like, whoa.
Jenny was a hooker who went out to L.A. and brought him back AIDS.
She got, the Black Panthers ran up on her, okay? She did all kinds of horrible things. She was on drugs. She came back and had bad disease, right? Said, oh, now I'll marry you, Forrest, now that you're a billionaire.
And I'm going to die.
Yeah, you're going to die of some disease that we didn't know about yet, but we did.
My Jenny.
Jenny, do you have AIDS? Does my kid have AIDS, Jenny?
No, cough through the cold.
Oh, God.
Boy, your mama sure is serious about your education,
Oh,
son.
yes, she is. That was so funny. Oh, God. Run, Forrest, run. Everybody gives her
forgot to say stop.
Yeah, stop, Forrest, stop. Run, Forrest, run. Run away from Jenny, Forrest. You're a billionaire. You can have anybody you want. She's going to drop some kid off. You don't even know if it's your kid. Jenny's coming home to die. It was Hep C. It was a lot of things. She was not a good person. And to make her out as a hero, some sort of feminist hero, was wrong.
And she would always walk out on him until the very end, where she couldn't walk out.
She couldn't walk anymore
because she was sick and she was going to die, and she needed somebody to bury her body, take care of her kid.
Whose ever kid that was. Life's like a box of chocolates, and luckily I didn't get what Jenny had.
He went on to have a sixth sense.
Oh, look at that. He did. Jenny was a hoe. She was.
Who had a sixth sense?
The little boy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Goodness me.
Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, God, that's just when you think about how horrible, you look back on it, you're like, man, broke his heart every time. Jenny, I love you. That's okay, Forrest. I'm going to hop onto this Black Panther bus, and we're going to take off. Thanks for defending our country.
Black Panther bus.
Remember that's when she took off with the Black Panthers?
Yeah, she went
And that
back
guy
to the dude
that
who was
slapped
slapping
her?
her around.
Mm-hmm.
And he took out that guy with like one hit.
Yeah. I'm sorry I beat your friend up, Jenny. Are you going to go do heroin, Jenny? Good for you, Jenny. God. I'll tell you what. The original Jenny on the Block. Somebody said, I'm not a smart man, but I know what AIDS is. She was the villain. She was. She was absolutely the villain in that movie. She was not some sort of amazing human being. Don't you dare say anything about that. Vile.
Just because she made sure her son was taken care of doesn't make her a good person.
And we did not. That would, you know what I'd like to see? Forrest Gump 2, the DNA test.
That would be a one episode Netflix show. Yeah, kid's yours.
And they do it on Maury Povich.
You are not the father, Forrest. Oh, my God. I'm sorry I ruined your Black Panther party. Goodness me. Who would win in a fight, Forrest or Mister?
Well, I think Billy Bob would, because his character
He's got a sling blade.
He's willing to murder, and
Yeah, he
Forrest would be like, I don't want to hurt him that bad.
Yeah. Forrest, here's the thing. I think Forrest would run around a lot. Right?
Yeah, I don't think Carl was very fast.
Yeah, Carl doesn't, Carl's got the serial killer, Jason Michael Myers gait. And Forrest can take off.
Yeah, and we saw Carl willing to just take that blade and slam it right into.
Yeah, he has no
head.
problem. Yeah, he killed old what's his
Doyle
name?
Hargraves.
Yeah.
Dwight Yoakam.
Killed him dead.
Dwight Yoakam should have won an Oscar for that.
Mister, I don't like the Bakersfield sound. Quack.
I played cards with Chief J.D. Shellnut.
Forrest, see, now you guys are getting into it. Now you guys are getting now. What's his name? Tell me about the rabbit, George. Tell me about the rabbit. See, now who'd win in the fight between Sling Blade and him?
Sling Blade and...
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
What's the character's name?
From
Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah. No, what was it? God, what's his name? I forgot, but that would be hilarious. There's a good battle right there.
Yeah.
See, who cares about who would win between Superman and Batman? Who cares? First of all, Superman would kill him.
You are literally promoting gambling on fights between mentally ill people.
But yeah, nobody goes full. Nobody goes full retard. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Nobody goes.
You went full retard.
That was so awesome. What was the name of that? Happy Jack or whatever he was? Yeah, you can't do that.
Happy Jack.
So tell me about because here's the thing. Again, Carl's slow. He doesn't have that kind of, he doesn't have that. He's not Flash. So it's that'd be a tough one right there. That would be a tough one.
Depends on if he's got that sling blade.
Yeah, that's the big thing, right?
Or the hammer.
Vor of Mice and Men. Lenny. That's right, Lenny. Lenny versus Carl. Death match. To the death. People are sitting there going, what the hell did these guys talk? I don't know how we got here. Okay, what about Sean Penn's character in that movie where because he's supposed to be special, right? And they put him to sleep?
I Am Sam?
Yeah. What about that? Because he's a murderer too.
I don't know. I think you got to put him up against Carl.
Yeah, against Carl.
Because they're both murderers.
Yeah. Lenny got killed, but then he also killed the rabbits, George.
But that was because he
killed the chick.
He was too affectionate.
Yeah.
He wasn't he regretted it after he did it because he didn't realize his own strength.
He squeezed him too hard.
Yeah, as you do. Right? That happens.
The only ones in that group that are actually evil are Carl and
Carl wasn't evil.
Carl was a wonderful person.
Carl knew he was going to murder Dwight Yoakam, and he did it.
Yeah, but that's because Dwight Yoakam was going to kill that boy.
Yeah. And so he was abusive. So Carl did the right thing.
Carl should have called 911.
Carl doesn't know 911. What are they going to say? They're going to say, Carl, stop calling us.
Yeah, remember Doyle told him, he said, how do I get hold of the police? Well, you dial 911.
Mister, yeah, he's dead.
What was John Ritter's character?
Oh, man.
God, that was a great character.
That movie's good. I'm watching that movie this weekend again.
Yeah, that was a great character.
God. No, what was his name in that movie? Dadgummit.
God, what was now that guy?
Vaughn. His name was Vaughn.
Yeah. He was also in Bad Santa. I think it was one of the last things he did.
John Ritter was?
Yeah. So, God, he was such a great actor.
He was, man.
Man, Carl received a degree of completion from the Quality Learning Center. Oh, my Lord. Oh, yeah, something about Mary. What about that? Right? Her brother. I'm going to say that right now. Doyle
Hargraves.
Tell you what, that was
I remember his apology was, all right, I admitted I was drunk.
that was it.
Yeah.
That's the apology.
No sorry.
No sorry.
We're going to be a family.
Mister, oh, yeah, he's dead. Mm-hmm. John Ritter's face every time they said a bad word in Bad Santa was hilarious. It was so funny, too, because Bad Santa has an adult relations in like one of he's like a department store inside one of the rooms, and he's just saying horrible things. just the look on his face is so spectacular.
John Ritter's face.
She's a bigger girl, too. Oh, Lori. Oh, Arnie. Yeah, I forgot about Arnie.
Arnie, that's right.
It's a little young, though.
Yeah, Arnie, he was skinny, too. He was too little to hurt anybody.
Yeah, he was. It was definitely that. It was a little too simple. It's a little too tiny. That's like saying Lucas, right? He could fight Lucas. Remember that movie Lucas with Corey Haim?
Yeah.
He could fight Lucas. That would be a good one. That's kind of like a featherweight bout.
Yeah.
I don't know. Haim took out some vampires, so he
did. Do we put Jason in this mix? Because he was a little special, too, because he drowned and he was special.
Yeah, but he was 6'10".
Yeah, Jason was kind of like, you're going pro.
Yeah.
These other guys, this is like that, that kind of boxing that you would see, like old fights back in the day in a bar.
Yeah, they're getting into fights for personal reasons. Jason's like, I'm going for body count.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what he does. Like when we ask him, when he fills out an application, like, what do you do? I do this. Oh, okay.
Mass murderer.
Oh, Lord. Coming up, who knows what else? It'll be fun. I promise you that. Chet Benja, Super Talk 987. All right, guys. Prize Picks right now. Best ball is back. Opportunities abound with Prize Picks. It is America's #1 sports picking app. It is more, it is less. That's all you're picking. You're not picking games or spreads or anything like that based on players' projected stats. When you pick your lineup, 2 or more players, and you play your first $5 lineup, what do you get? Are you ready? $50 in lineups, absolutely free to you, win or lose. How about what they got today? Kobe White, more or less. 20.5 points. Yoshi Yamamoto, more or less, 6 Ks, which are strikeouts. It's that simple. You choose one of those and away you go, and you pick your lineup, and boom, off you head. You can go cross sports. They got stacks. They got early payouts. They got everything, and $50 in lineups for free waiting for you to play your first $5 lineup. So hurry up, download the app today at Prize Picks. When you do, use my code Chad to get $50 in lineups immediately when we play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be 21 in Tennessee. To bet for gambling problems, call 800-889-9789.
President Trump will play you some audio from his cabinet meeting today talking about the war on Iran, and a new Vanderbilt poll suggests a majority of Nashvillians are losing confidence in their leadership. That's coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
You know what I'd do if I was them? Make up an award and give it to yourself, like they did last night for Trump.
And so tonight, we have created a new award. We're going to do something we've never done before. We're going to honor him with a new award that we'll present annually from this point forward. But he is the suitable and fitting recipient of the first ever America First Award. We can think of no better title for what that is. That's this beautiful golden statue here, appropriate for the new golden era in America.
Ass kiss, what?
Wow.
Oh, God. That's Mike Johnson there. Man, that's just, whew.
So whose decision was it to come up with this award?
I'm not sure, but it's pretty awesome. Probably me. I don't know. I come up with all the best ideas. I don't know. And do you think this is going to go on? once Trump's out of office, that they're going to have some sort of pretend award.
Yeah, the America First award.
No, it's not going to happen. Do you think that like they gave him the Peace Award for FIFA, for soccer? Do you think that's going to ever go on again? No.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, there you go. But I love that. And man, just watching them, oh God, I've never seen anybody so perfect. You're the greatest. Here's a giant statue of an eagle that says you're the beans.
That's what it says?
No, but it should. Oh my God, it is so hilarious. So
when I was in promotion, to get a gold or a platinum album with the RIAA symbol on it, usually they cost about $80 to $100. If we were going to do them without the cost expenditure for like giveaways or something, we'd just skip the RIAA logo, and then we could get them for like $30 a pop.
It is just so. Look at this great award over here, and it is. I love some of you guys. Like, what a blanking blank. Give yourself an award. It's so true. Guy, I love gold. Yep, he gets it every year. I can't believe I won. It's amazing. It's a participation trophy.
Oh my!
How close to finished is the ballroom?
I think it's far away from being finished. No. It is. I mean, I think
say they should have done that in the ballroom.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to get that. It's the greatest design. I don't think anybody's ever seen a design. Look at all the gold. That's why we're attacking Iran.
We need their gold.
They've got all the gold. I mean, come on. The ego of it all, right? Like, and the fact that Mike Johnson sits there and puts himself through it is such, you were such a wuss. Talk about it. What a wuss. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to give you a fake award. Somebody stand up. Just go, come on. We got real stuff going on. Oil's going up. We're thinking about putting boots on the ground. You've given 3 different reasons to the House Select Committee about what we're going to do. And now you want an award that's a pewter giant eagle? For being the best guy ever. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Coming up, Jillian Michaels, if you guys don't know who she is, she was on The Biggest Loser, and she's got a little red-pilled. And she went on that Jubilee, where she takes on 23andMe, where they all come up and they sit in the thing and they debate her with stuff. And because she's so fit, it was about obesity. And one lady, she's a white woman and she's progressive. I think that's all you need to know. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. In Lebanon, got road work blocking the left lane still. It's going to be 840 eastbound before Stewart's Ferry Pike. And in Smyrna, still showing some police activity with the right lane blocked. 24 westbound near the Rocky Fork Road overpass. Now we got an injury crash in Woodbine, Nolensville Pike there at Thompson Lane. Operation Epic Fury. President Trump in a cabinet meeting at the White House today insists that the Iranians want to work with the U.S.
They are begging to make a deal, not me. They're begging to make a deal. And anybody that saw what was happening over there would understand why they want to make a deal.
Steve Witkoff, one of the White House negotiators, said Iran received a 15-point plan that the U.S. sent to them through a mediator.
We have strong signs that this is a possibility, and if a deal happens, it will be great for the country of Iran, for the entire region, and the world at large.
It's unclear how Iran will respond. A new Vanderbilt poll suggests the January ice storm may have carried serious political consequences for Nashville leaders. 56% of respondents say the city's on the wrong track, a dramatic swing from last year following widespread outages and slow recovery. Nashville Electric Service receiving the strongest disapproval, while the mayor and Metro Council also noticeable declines. Elsewhere in Middle Tennessee, Channel 4's Holly Thompson warning us about people pretending to be utility workers.
We do have a scam alert for you this morning. We know impersonators are going door to door in Manchester. They're claiming to be with the water department to try and get your money. We know the water department is reminding customers They do not go door to door to collect payment. Now, official employees will always be in uniform or shirts with the department logo. Their vehicles have the water department's logo as well. Now, if someone comes to your door pretending to be with the water department, well, police say, hey, get a good look at them, at the car they're in, and then report it. You are asked to call the Coffee County Communications non-emergency line.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Busy Bee, you hear it's getting hot out there. What do you need? You need to make sure that your HVAC is working. That's where Busy Bee comes in. Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. They're ready to help you. Your trusted pros for total home comfort. Our good buddies out there. I mean, they're all awesome, and they really are the best around. Salt of the earth people, incredible. So let's say you're like, you know what? I do need a new HVAC system. 16-SEER, high-efficiency HVAC system, or maybe you need a whole home repipe. Busy Bee's going to come out there, and when they do that, you're going to get yourself a Yeti Tundra 45 cooler absolutely free. And Busy Bee has TVA rebates. Maybe you just need a tune-up unit replacement. They got you covered, and they're going to handle all of the stuff when it comes to the rebates. So there's no hassle, no paperwork, no headaches. And join the Beehive Club. It's always great to have that just in case you need it. Priority scheduling, check. Discounted repairs, check. Free annual HVAC and plumbing checks. Extended warranties, check, check, check. All ready for you. So what are you waiting for? Call Busy Bee today. Make sure you're ready to roll. You avoid the breakdowns. Get your home protected. 615-775-7833. 615-775-7833 or online at busybeehvac.com. Kids, Omaha Steaks is amazing. Right now, when you use my code Benson at omahasteaks.com, you're going to save $35 off, and it is already 50% off site-wide. They've got everything. The best steaks around, right? USDA handcrafted, certified, tender, amazing fillets wrapped in bacon. But they do something else for you, right? Yes, you can get seafood. You can get all of the great things that you want, the smash burgers, the Polynesian pork chops, all of that stuff, which is incredible at a price that's not going to break the bank. But how about this? You're going home at night and you're thinking, oh, man, what am I going to do for dinner? They've got comfort food. They've got lasagna, meat lovers lasagna, beef shepherd's pie, beef pot roast, everything you could think of, handcrafted comfort food that is yummy, yummy in your tummy, and it is awesome. All backed by 100% unconditional money-back guarantee. 100 years plus, America's butchers. Nobody does it better than Omaha Steaks. This is what I want you to do. Go to omahasteaks.com right now. Get yourself the best protein. Save big on their spring savings event, 50% off site-wide, and save $35 off when you use my promo code Benson at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com. Use promo code Benson at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. A lot of people like the awards. The awards. Somebody said, I would love to have a trophy that says, you're the beans.
The beans.
So when Jack was born, I kept telling Jack's mom, I'm going to bring back Cool Beans as a saying.
Cool Beans.
I used to call him, hey, what's up, Cool Beans? And we just started, his nickname is Bean. That's his nickname. Everybody calls him Bean.
Awesome.
Nickname. So Charlie, when she was born, her middle name is actually Bean. So it's Charlie Bean.
Charlie Bean. Oh, man, that's cute.
Who, by the way,
That's on her birth certificate?
yeah, just to let you guys know. Belle, what did I show you yesterday?
A video of her up in your living room dancing at 3 in the morning. Hi, Dad. Just dancing.
She's dancing. She's like doing somersaults. Hey, Dad, what's going on? Today, I come down from my peanut butter, had some of that.
Your peanut butter high.
And you guys want to get peanut butter high? Boy, do I. Especially after going all woozy and doozy with my Tonys. You guys want to get drowsy? So I come down there and I open the door from because I've got two apartments. One is the studio where I do my morning show and everything, and then the other one is where we live. And I go down there and I open the door, and normally the lights are off if I know they're sleeping, and the lights are on. And my wife looks at me and she goes, I go, did you guys? She goes, no, we've been awake all night. She stayed awake the whole night. I said, okay, there we go. She's probably she's like me.
She is her father's daughter.
She is. She get her trophy that says, you're the beans. You're the beans.
You know what Penn Jillette's daughter's name is?
What?
Moxie Crime Fighter Gillette.
That is awesome. Moxie Crime Fighter Gillette.
They weren't going to give her a middle name, and somebody on his staff was like, you got to give her a middle name. You got to give her a middle name. And he had just written a novel, and he had a copy of it because he was promoting it.
Yeah.
And he's like, fine, you want a middle name? He pulls the book open, sticks his finger on a page in the book, and looks down and goes, Crime Fighter. Crime Fighter's her middle name. And that's how she got Crime Fighter.
Wow. That is, so Bob Geldof, his kids, well, the ones he adopted when she had an affair, but whatever. Are you ready for this? Peaches Geldof, Heavenly Herania, Tiger Lily Hutchinson Geldof, Pixie Geldof, and Fifi Trixie Bell.
The Hutchinson one is Michael's, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she had Paula Yates was her name. So Bob Geldof, he did all the, he was the Boomtown Rats, but he's famous for Band-Aid, Live Aid, and all that stuff. His wife was a big show presenter. She used to do it like it was like the Today Show, but it was like a kid's show for adults. And she would interview people from the bed. They'd have this bed, and one of them was Michael Hutchinson, the lead singer of INXS, and they had a torrid affair.
Yeah, when the interview got done, they just stayed in the bed.
They just stayed in the bed.
Overtime.
And so we went to the opening of some movie. I forgot what. It might have been Braveheart or something. And my buddy is sitting next to me, and they're sitting in front of us, right? And it's become a big scandal. And she was pregnant. Everybody knew about it. And he starts doing this Irish accent going, Michael, you stole my wife. You got that weird baby in there. Oh, my God, we get the people from Ethiopia to attack you. Then they both died, and he ended up adopting their kids.
Isn't Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain's daughter, isn't she Frances Bean?
Frances Bean. Yeah, that's right.
And she was a cute little baby.
Yeah.
Those eyes, man.
They were thinking of calling her Frances Syringe, but I think Courtney kind of vetoed
said no to that?
Yeah.
I worked with a lady whose daughter was named Tarantula? Oh, that's an interesting name. No, that's a bit much for me. But you guys could still name our tugboat. Rub and Tug was one of them. Rub.
That's a good one.
Tuggy McTugboat. Oh, lordy, lordy. So, Jillian Michaels, she was on the Biggest Loser. She's kind of gotten a little red-pilled and moved to the right. She's not insane. She's part of the LGBTQ plus community. Really, she's just the L in that. And, but she doesn't take crap. You know, she doesn't take any crap. And she went on this, if you guys have not seen, Jubilee does this thing where I don't want to say they pit people, but you go there and everybody and their mother, you know, political has been on it and pop culture wise. And you bring your, you know, if you're on the right and it's somebody you're debating socialism, they'll have the, you know, the person who's a super lefty, and then all the conservative people will run. They have a chance. They hit a button and they sit down. They get to debate this person. And then, you know, so you're taking on a bunch of people. This person she was taking on, this was about obesity.
I'm going to do my best to not use the O word because I find it pretty offensive. So I'm going to use fat-bodied as we talk.
Okay.
Do you understand why people find it harmful and triggering?
Overweight and obese is literally just having too much body fat. It has nothing to do with the quality of the person.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
So she's gonna do everything but say what clinically is what you would be considered obese. Now, that's like going to a doctor and go, hey, I was going to tell you you have, you know, whatever, disease, cancer, whatever like that. But instead, I'm just going to say you've got the icky.
But you got it pretty bad.
Yeah, you got the lung icky. What? What is that? I can't. I don't want to use those words. Nutritional overachiever, caloric overachiever.
Nutritional overachiever.
Person of size, a POS. That's what we call them. Now it gets into the fun part of the debate because she's going to basically say, hey, there's no study that's ever been done that says being fat is bad.
So the claim that you're saying is that it is inherently unhealthy to live in a fat body.
It's inherently unhealthy to have excess body fat, yes.
Okay, where are you getting that information from?
Okay. There are dozens of MRT trials that show having excess body fat. Dozens is causal, not correlated.
Oh, no, that's not true. There is no disease that just fat-bodied people get.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But obesity lends itself to all-cause mortality across the board. Have you heard of something called adiposopathy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know it means literally sick fat. And you understand how it works?
Hmm?
Okay, tell me how it works.
So it's...
Well, hold on here. Are you going to tell us? Oh, yeah, because she's totally got it right on the tip. She knows how it works.
No, that's not what it is. It works as follows. When we eat too much food that has energy that we're not utilizing, the body needs to put that energy somewhere, right? So it puts it in fat cells. So it puts it in initially subcutaneous fat cells, a little bit of visceral fat, which is fat around the organs. And at first you have hyperplasia, which means we're recruiting new little fat cells, which isn't necessarily a bad thing up to a point. Now, the issue is that once you can no longer recruit more fat cells, right, you get hypertrophy. So the fat cells start to expand. And this is exceptionally dangerous because what ends up happening is the blood vessels get outpaced. So the fat cells can't get oxygen and they start screaming, literally. And when they do, they release cytokines, inflammatory proteins, right?
I want to pause.
Of course you do want to pause. Because it's irrefutable. You don't.
Of course you want to pause.
I don't like what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. What you're saying is clinically proven. What you're saying has been backed by a gazillion studies. What you're saying is absolutely true, But my feelings matter. Now, this is what it's really all about for this lady.
So, Jillian, okay, first of all, I don't appreciate the way that you're speaking to me right now. You called me out for just trying to understand the languaging and saying I was talking to like a 3-year-old. I felt like I was talking to you very respectfully. You're talking to me very disrespectfully right now.
Here's the thing.
And I want to.
You're telling me you understand it, but you don't understand it. You fundamentally didn't describe it accurately.
I'm going to say this straight out. I am not a medical doctor, okay? So I'm not going to talk to you about medical diagnosis because that's outside my scope, and I'm fully willing. Hey, I'm fully willing to be wrong. What I am here to talk to you about is the fact that people in fat bodies are irreparably harmed going into the medical system every single day because of the term, the O word.
So that's what you want to litigate?
Yeah.
That's it. At the end of the day, what I don't want you to do is use the word obesity. That's it. Look, I'm not a medical doctor, and you've just jot down my actual argument within 2 seconds, and you probably know I'm not a medical doctor. And so really what I want you to do is don't use the O word. Can I call him fat? No.
That conversation stressed her out so much she had to go back to her dressing room, eat a pint of ice cream, and eat a Twinkie.
Oh, God. Look, see what he did there? Always right there. And now I'm going to get phone calls. I'm going to get some people calling in and going to, hey, Chad, you're making fun of the biggies again.
Actually, I would have had a ding-dong with the ice cream.
Oh, God, that sounds good. And I want it to be wrapped in the old style
Yes, the old little foils.
Yep.
Oh, boy, they were good when you put them in the freezer.
Oh, they were. Same thing with ding-dongs. Ding-dongs were amazing. You put them in the freezer. They're delicious. Can you believe? Really, what I'm here for is I don't want you to use the word obese.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's the clinical name.
And if I have a heart attack and I'm not alive anymore, I don't want you to use the word dead.
Is lard butt okay? No. Again, this is the problem with the left. This is your insanity. It's like, oh, yeah, I've had many girlfriends that have had penises. That's not real. That's not real.
It just is not, man.
Wow. Like, what? Just obesity is not healthy.
It causes a lot of health issues.
And the fact that you have to argue, right? This is the science of the left right here. No. Show me a study that says being overweight can cause damage to your body and cause, you to die. There's not even one disease. Let's just go with diabetes. How about that?
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Do heart disease too?
Yeah,
right
heart disease. But let's just start with diabetes. Just straight, you ate your way into the diabetes.
Straight up diabetes, man. That'll do it.
Yeah, you ate your way into a disease. And we celebrate that. It's like the fat ride people. I forgot what they're fat park hoppers. And now they're doing stuff where they go into restaurants and they'll say, "Do you ever have any problems?" and wonder to yourself, "Can I fit in this booth?" No. Nobody does. Nobody should ever think to themselves, "I wonder if I'll fit in this booth." If that's what you're thinking, you don't need to go get food. You need to go for a walk.
You shouldn't be eating out.
No. Gosh. But you can't even have a normal conversation because they're so interested in just all they want you to do is change the language.
Everybody is so wrapped up in emotion, man. I mean, you can't even have conversations with people.
Yes.
They're just so wrapped up in how it offends them.
Yes.
Well, you know what she did after the show?
What?
Went and made a sandwich.
Probably did.
Yeah.
As you do. As you do. Just the offense, though, that's just it. Everybody is offended. And you're offended at what? The word obesity. You're offended at something a doctor would say. And now you want doctors to lie to you and tell you it's fine that we don't know where your ankles begin and your knee is. Oh, that's good. You're doing great, Jim.
Just keep up the good work.
That's it. Now, getting your little rascal that's already struggling. Get out of here.
We'll pretend that your knee replacements were necessary for other reasons.
Yeah. Don't call it my knee.
Yeah. Not that your joints are giving out. Oh, Lord. All right, coming up, I see Matt. He is here. He's going to take you through the rest of the way. This is the Chad Bench Show, Super Talk 99.7. wrapping it up. This time tomorrow, we'll be out at the old, Scoreboard?
I'm very excited.
That's right.
Young Jackson was telling me a little earlier today, Chad, about a burger called the Trucker at the Scoreboard that he says is and Jackson is the resident food expert on the Matt Murphy radio show. I don't know if you knew that. He says that the Trucker is the finest bacon burger that he's ever put in his mouth at Scoreboard. And I said, that's high praise. A lot of bacon burgers out there.
Yes.
But I'm also talking to a guy, Jackson, who doesn't like cheese on his hamburgers.
What?
Well, he's a communist.
He likes cheese.
But just not on the burger.
He likes burgers, but he doesn't like cheeseburgers.
That's
Even if
weird.
it's just a cheeseburger? Or is it with the bacon?
No cheese.
Okay.
Bacon, fine. Burger, fine. All the other fixings, fine. No cheese. Weird.
He's a weird guy.
That's weird.
He says
weird.
this is his local haunt.
Scoreboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Have you never been?
I've never been.
Yeah, Scoreboard's great. I mean, Scoreboard's fabulous. I mean, it is exactly what you want in a sports bar.
Okay, cool.
And it's right by, Scoreboard's there. It's at Nashville Palace is there, which is an old school honky tonk with a, dance floor, line dancing and all that kind of thing. And it's a great area over there.
All right. Well,
Opry Mills.
This
It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time.
It's going to be absolutely fun because you got the basketball going on. He said, though, he goes, are you going to stick around? He goes, I can't because I'm superstitious, and we go to another bar where all of us get together, so that way Tennessee wins.
And yes, and did you ask him how many times he's done that?
Was it twice?
I thought it was once.
I think it was. What was it? Once?
Is it twice?
It might be twice.
Maybe twice.
Maybe twice. He is the linchpin for this entire thing, right? Like this is. I mean, he is it.
So, but here's the trouble with superstitions like that. So, if they go to this particular location and the Vols lose, does that mean he can never watch a Vols game at that location again?
I would. Yeah.
And see, so now you're starting to self-limit
yourself into something,
I mean, just,
right?
You know, it's just trouble.
That's trouble. So
I was like, oh, we scored a touchdown, and I was standing up, going to get a beer, so now I have to stand here for the rest of the game.
Otherwise, my team's going to lose.
Otherwise, it's on me.
Yeah, and then we're going to blame it on you.
It's the opening day of baseball season, and you're like, oh, don't nobody say no hitter. Otherwise, there won't be a no hitter. You know the superstition.
And like at the seventh inning, everybody moves away. Like 24 guys are all in one corner, and the guy sitting by himself with
it's like, where are you guys?
Yeah,
you guys are freaking me out.
Yeah, and it's the announcer jink. Nobody will say anything. So
well, I mean, but there's also the classic line in Bull Durham, right? If you think you're pitching good because you're breathing out of your eyelids, or you're wearing women's underwear, you are.
That's it. That's all that matters.
That's
you
all
are
that matters.
what you think, baby.
That's right.
All right, coming up, Matt, Straight Ed. We'll see you guys tomorrow out there at Scoreboards.